Welcome to a pickup game of Dark Skies here on the Christmas Eve. This one's going to be called Glittering Overture. In our setup for this game, we had Riff finishing his very long Sunday double header jobs situation. Went and did some drugs. And then after that, he decided to try and be very focused and do things that were really important. But then his girlfriend and life got in the way. I mean, by life, I mean more drugs and alcohol. And he passed out and didn't wake up until noon. And then he decided to get his shit together and he started a plan. So, one thing that may not have been conveyed in the setup is that everybody's kind of getting these calls and these connections on Monday, which is the 22nd of November in 2077. The job will not be happening until the evening of the 23rd, which is Tuesday. So I think everybody who has been in a game prior to this one in the pickup series, so like temporally, like the days before this, and has gotten fucked up by like random damage, you have healed what you should have healed. Your hit points should be where they're supposed to be. You heal a number of hit points per day equal to your body plus your willpower. So that's already been added. I think Cam is the only one who's like not topped off or like dead on close. And all
No,
your
yeah. If
yeah,
if you did it, then you
yeah.
topped me off.
Oh, that's right, because your body's like a 9 or something. Right.
Yeah.
So all
Yeah.
sorts of healthy. Okay, cool. And then your luck has also been refreshed. And then I did discuss with Riff the Rocker Boy one change to his rule of cool special rule that we're using for homebrew. Anyway, the job that was given to Zip, Primetime, Mooney, and Crown was you're going to meet at Night City Hall in the Glen, and you're going to be looking for a group of rockers. And Riff is the one who's basically cited. If you've ever met Riff in character, then you'll know what to look for. Now, since we have one character who hasn't been in the pickup series, we're going to have him describe his character. And also, are there any characters here, Jonah, that you're not familiar with?
Um,
You know Mooney. You
yeah.
know Cam.
Well, Crown doesn't.
No.
No,
I mean
did he?
Jonah as a person. That would be more
Oh,
so
yes.
because I want to describe him to you. You know Riff. You don't know um, Zip, right?
No.
Okay, so we'll have Zip and Prime Time describe their characters as well, so we can kind of get you up to date. So go ahead and describe Crown for us.
Hold on. Let me go to the picture real quick because it's been a
Sure, I'm
minute.
gonna post it here in a second. Totally fine.
Okay. Thank
There
you.
we go. Oh, tag from off screen.
So, Crown is how tall is he? I don't know. He's a tall boy. Basically, he looks like any other. Oh my god, what's the police force called?
Militech, like a
He sort of looks like he's in Militech gear. Um, he's rocking full flak. Some most of the time he wears his helmet, just to be safe on the job. But whenever he takes off his helmet, you can see that he's rocking full tribal tattoos, all across his face. Most of the time, he's also very serious demeanor. But once he starts speaking, you can tell that there's a lightheartedness. But for the most part, he's on the job and ready to go. Whatever.
what's one other irregularity about him that most people would see as odd in Night City?
You can't really tell, but he's not really rocking any cyberware.
Doesn't seem to have any chrome.
No chrome.
And he's packing, at least his main like sidearm piece is a beautiful Constitution Arms Liberty,
It's gorgeous.
the Black Hand Classic. All right, so that's Crown. Okay, let's go ahead and do Zip.
Um, Zip is kind of very rough old military wear. Looks like not like real military, more like army surplus kind of stuff. Just very torn, worn, and dirty. He also has a frame on to where it has some purple paint on it, kind of scratched off, purple and pink. That's kind of been worn off. Also has doesn't seem to have many guns on him. But he seems very ready, very cocky. He comes in on a motorcycle and has a helmet full cover. If you look around him, though, he also has, it looks like, tinfoil on some of the more transistor places, places that would possibly send signals out for stuff. But from what you see, he also has no chrome on either.
And this is actually a fun part of the game that I have been waiting for quite a while. Crown, I need you to go ahead and do me a favor, and you need to roll me
Uh-oh.
a Night City roll. And I am going to, this is knowledge local, so it'd be education as the tab, and then local expert Night City. And I'm going to give you a +3 to this roll. Okay, so
Ooh.
19.
Yeah.
You learn two things about this guy. The helmet he's rocking is a very old Militech head set and helmet. It is famously used by two individuals, two solos who you recall from like your studies, that make you kind of go, okay, either this guy, like, is following also, like, paying attention to the history of who's good in Night City, or he just got lucky and got a really good helmet. And those two solos would be Striga, the terror of Night City, and the second one would be Brian Smith, aka Mortar, aka Blank, aka Chase, who was Andy's character. So he is he is either a fan of one of those two people, or he's just a really lucky guy who found it in a surplus store.
Insight check. No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's not this game.
Also, the picture doesn't show it, but he does have an exoskeleton on.
Yeah, linear frame, right?
Nice.
Yeah, linear frame.
And Striga is also Rick's biggest fan, by the way.
Oh, that's actually another fun one. With that roll, the linear frame, you see the name Crystal carved into the side of it, and you know of another Night City legend from the time of the Red. Crystal was a solo who rolled with a fixer named Zigzag, and you're like, I'm pretty sure that's her frame. And you're like, okay, cool, this guy seems legit. Or extremely lucky in his bargain bin finds. Okay. And then
We won't know.
my cat is a demon.
We
Prime
won't
time.
know until later.
Tell us about that guy, Daniel, and I'll get him posted here in a sec.
All
I
right.
gotta do this terrorist.
Prime time, clean cut guy, 6 foot, 180, full chromed out right arm, full tattooed up left arm. Looks like he's come from a family that was a little bit more well off than the average. Think like tech bro / I run a startup kind of guy.
And he's always wearing shirts with no sleeves, even though it's winter.
Yep. Facts. And like aviator style shades, like reflective shades.
Yep.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
That's the
Good
crew.
job on the tattoos, man.
So that was done by templating. So I will say that I
That's
did
still,
not.
that looks fantastic. It blends well.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I found a person who was selling Cyberpunk templates for tattoo art, and I was like, okay, I'll buy it, utilize it. Not on my own flesh, but on fake flesh. You would also see that there's Riff, who we've described a couple times before, and is a well-known element in the group. He is joined by 3 other people on the meetup, who I think that Zip you would know by proxy because you watch them play, like you've seen Impure Cobra play. Primetime, if you're a music guy, you would and you like rock music, you would know of Impure Cobra. They're on the come up. They're kind of definitely popular in the north side of town with grummer gangs and shit. But the other 3 individuals would be Black Mamba, Angel Holt, and Ernest Keys. And I posted the pictures of what they look like in the side bit. If you want to take a look at them, I can kind of quickly do that for the people watching at home. That's Mamba. And this is Angel. And this is Ernest. Okay. Cool.
So who am I? Am I on a merc mission or am I on a security detail?
So the person who got you this job, his name is Hungry, and basically you are on a security detail that is also a merc mission. This is how the job was explained to you. And this will be for Mooney, this will be for Primetime, and this will be for Zip. It's pretty much just as I typed it in the chat. It is quite possibly the craziest job request you've ever gotten from Hungry. The plan is to have mercs able to run cover for the Netrunner as the Netrunner hijacks a Rayfield Excalibur from a government property.
Oh.
You then fly that to a location in Charter Hill, land it on the AV landing pad, protect them while they film a music video, and then that's it.
God.
And you just need to make sure that that's done before security forces or the NCPD arrive. You are going to be paid, I believe it was 500 eddies for a night worth of work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do some rock and
simple
roll
enough.
shit.
This can either go really well or really fucking bad.
So I would say that Zip, you arrive on bike. There are locations here to kind of lock it up or to do the old, Carl special. I know you're Zip right now, but obviously the tactics are Carl's. If you want to do that, go ahead and make a stealth roll. Conceal object. And then Primetime, public transportation. Okay.
Correct.
And
Yep.
Riff, obviously, you and the crew just spent some time on the end cart, no problem. Probably got off at the Ebunike station and then just kind of walked on over. Mooney driving. You were told.
I'm gonna ride into town with. I'm gonna take the Duke with me.
Okay.
And we're gonna take the Street Beast so that when he drops me off, he can drive the vehicle.
Sure.
And Mooney's gonna let him enjoy the thrill.
Okay. Yeah, so he'll drive the Street Beast and he'll take it wherever you want it. He probably won't be able to mosey around in Charter Hill in this fucking thing. Because Charter Hill's kind of like up class. It's like North Oak is the rich residences. Charter Hill's like the rich businesses.
I got you.
With some apartments. So he'll be able to kind of like be around there and kind of be moving. But if he parks that thing, NCPD is going to
Yeah,
be, who the
he's just
fuck
gonna-
is that?
Yeah, he's just gonna drop us off, and then I imagine I'll just let him know where to pick me up at.
Sure. And yeah, the plan is to ditch the cruiser after the gig and like just leave from the apartment. You can be around there without a problem.
Yeah, I figured like probably the most convenient way for us to ditch the scene quick is for everybody to sort of scatter.
100%. Okay, so on the map, I'm pinging and I'm going to flash ping so it forces you to see what I'm saying. The NC logo, which you can see there, is Night City City Hall, and then the little yellow bit is the building next to it. I think I didn't have time to post locations. Yeah, so I'm going to very quickly try and ragtag through this because I have the files. I just had work happening. Was a bit busier than Baby Cat. I really cannot deal with you right now. Okay, just chill. So I think I posted them in. Yeah, I posted them in the thread. So we'll just do that. That seems to be an easier way of doing it. The Excalibur is parked on a roof, which is next door to City Hall. The only way to access the roof, this part of the roof, is a security door that leads into an elevator and fire escape stairwell that goes up to the roof and down from the roof. It accesses a couple of different points in this building, but not many, as this is a corporate building and it's only allowing kind of a small partition for government use. Angel, who you are now meeting, says, "So yeah, my I had a contact who worked here, or something, and I got a way to get in here, so it's not going to be a problem. They say that you're going to be able to crack it once we get in." Pointing at Primetime.
Shouldn't be an issue at all.
All right, and you're going to be able to fly it. Pointing at Mooney.
Yeah.
Ernest goes,
Yeah, no problem.
"You still hanging with this fucking cowboy?" To Riff.
He's a good driver.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I remember back when we were at the stadium near Dogtown. Fucking shit.
That's Night City. You get shot at least once by someone,
100%. So, Black Mamba will say, "I'll do some rabble rousing. We'll get some people ready to head over to Charter Hill tonight. How long do you think this is going to take? You just got to take Angel with you, or she can just let you in and then be on her way." Angel's kind of like, "I don't really want to go in there. They might know my face, so I'll let you guys in the back door, and then I'm going to head out, okay?"
Works for me.
All right. Mamba says, "I'll wait for you, and we'll get a bus together." And then Ernest will say, "Don't worry, I'll keep an eye on him." To Rip. Any questions or anything about anything as she walks you over to the back door?
No, I think the plan's pretty well laid out.
Okay. Primetime, you're watching her kind of press in the keys and kind of open the security door. I'd like for you to make an electronic security check. This should be under tech.
Okay. Working on it.
No worries, no worries. I believe in you. And yeah, Chad, Moto makes everybody good at everything. So it looks like you rolled twice. We'll go with that first one plus 6 because it doesn't look like the level was in. Oh wait, you could paint draw. Did you roll the same on both? No, you rolled a 7, so it'll be one less. Even so, 21 is fine. What you notice is that the code she just inputted is what's known as a hard access code, which means that these are codes that are inputted into these electronic security systems for VIP status level individuals. So whoever she said she's in contact with isn't just an employee. They're like a mayor or like a deputy mayor or a council member. Like they are high tier government access individuals or their security team. So she seems to have like an access code she should not have.
Okay, noted.
All right.
I will say, Mooney is currently like he's taking his hat off and he's wearing like his ballistic mask.
Mhm. Yeah.
So he's basically like not looking like himself while he's doing this.
Sure. So what you would notice is that's so very surprising is that there is not a security camera present here. There doesn't appear to be any kind of like optics on you as you enter into the space and make your way up. Um, Angel closes the door behind you and will kind of like make her way to the band. The rest of you are kind of moving up the structure, kind of heading up these stairs. And if any of you have been in like a parking garage, imagine like they took the stairs from a parking garage and like shoved them into a building. So it's like that cold concrete feel with that warm interior sensibility.
Mm.
You get up to the top, and it's probably one of the oldest doors you've ever seen in Night City. And it's not an automatic door, it's not a slide door. It's one of those good old fashioned push the lever, open the door kind of doors, and it leads you out onto the open space roof. Solid concrete floor paneling, no markings whatsoever, and out in the middle of it all, surrounded by the backs of like advertisement signs, is the Excalibur. Yeah, and I'll kind of post optically what that looks like there.
John, I'm putting 4 into threat detection.
Okay.
I thought this is where we were ending up. I was confused.
No worries. Yeah, this is where you're starting. Then you're going to be going to an apartment and having a party in someone else's house.
Riff will definitely try to get the hood ornament.
Okay. So yeah, if you walk over to the hood ornament and you start kind of like, holding onto it and like pulling at it, eventually there's like a loud ting sound, and it pops right off, clean off. The net runner the whole time is like, but surprisingly, no alarm system has been engaged, and it doesn't seem to like do anything.
Yeah.
On a quick virtuality scan, though, Primetime, you will see that the door is locked and the power ignition seems to be key locked from a net architecture outside. This is not a full net architecture that's like holding this. It is literally just a interface password lock. That's all you need. So all I need is an interface
I'll go ahead
roll.
and check in.
Yep. And then
You said it's a password after that?
yeah, so for backdoor it'll be interface, and the DV on this is going to be 8.
Well, I'll fire up worm and then I'll roll it.
Dope.
Just move it slow.
No worries. Did it go?
You're back.
There it is. Okay, so he doesn't even reach up and like do anything. Like everyone's like looking at him like, okay, time to go, runner. And he goes, his eyes kind of flare red behind the thing, and then he kind of looks at you, kind of shrugs, and the door opens without issue. Also, in that process, in the back door, you realize that the connection that it's connected to is not like an actual tether. So there's no like link to another like architecture. It's just an access point that allows a net architecture to tap into it. So you can shut that down, but the problem is that it could very easily just be reopened by someone on the other side. Does that make sense?
So there's no like remote connections to it.
Right. There's basically like a cord effectively that has like a connection at the end of it, a Pathfinder path that traces out from the structural like interface, the structural architecture of the system here. If you were to like close it, it would probably be more problematic than just leaving it open, because then they would just know something's wrong and they would try and connect to it immediately. Does that make sense to you, Daniel?
Yeah.
Okay. So there are 4 seats. There is a section where a pilot can get in. This is like a first run of the Excalibur. Most of the Excaliburs were released after this, like the second and third runs were released with no driver, basically all automated. for just ease of access. But this one specifically is a bit older in that regard. It still looks really nice. It'd be like, having like a cool old Rolls Royce or something, right? And again, for the music video, that'll be dope. But there's 4 seats inside. You could stuff 12 people in here if you really want to pack them in. There's 1 person who will not count towards this allotment, and you don't want to take any of the other band members with you. So it's just going to be 5 of you in that middle spot. Is that fair? Okay.
Sounds good.
Before Mooney gets into the cockpit and starts getting ready to take off, he's going to shoot a message over to the Duke and give him a time and a place for where to be picked up at.
Okay.
And he just says, like, in the meantime, just have fun.
Very good. So what you'll note is that there does appear to be kind of the autopilot setup that's already keyed, and it leads to an address that isn't too far from where you're supposed to be going. In fact, like just a block away or like next door. If you would do me a favor and roll me a local Night City.
Who, me?
Yeah, you're the one in
All
the
right.
driver's seat, so
So was that
Education.
education.
education? I do not have local Night City.
What? Oh yeah, you're not from here.
Yeah, I've got local expert Badlands.
Yeah. So never mind. Don't worry about it. You would know enough that it's wherever this place you're going is close to wherever this place last was, or wherever this car last was.
I
Either
got
a very
you.
strange coincidence, or
I guess we'll learn more as we go.
okay.
So, but that's just like that's just like a location that's saved in there.
That's right.
Sort of like having a GPS, having like your home address saved or whatever.
That's right.
Yeah.
Question.
So,
Yes.
When I was in there, when I was jacked in, did I notice that as well? Like where it's going?
You could definitely pull that up, but it wouldn't have been anything regarding the security that you would have been interested in. But if you're kind of playing with it while you kind of like move in with everybody else and like scoping it out a bit more, yeah, everything I'm telling Mooney, your primetime would be aware of.
Okay.
If you'd like, you can make a local expert. Night City.
Okay.
Are we all here?
Mm-hmm.
Like in the okay.
Yeah, you're basically all gathering into the AV, which is like lush, beautiful red pleather seats, very comfortable. You've got like a wine cart kind of in the center space. If you played the video game and you played the Corpo run, you know exactly what it looks like in here. Yeah, you would know that the house that is, or the building that's right next to it, is where the mayor of Night City resides. Mayor Morales lives literally right across the street from the place you're gonna be going. And
okay.
You said that's
This-
where it just came from?
this AV last came from, and it appears that it came here 2 months ago. Those have been parked in mothballs, you presume, for a while.
You guys might want to know that the last time this thing was used, it came from the mayor's house. Just gonna throw that out there. This might be a little bit
So
more.
who does this AV belong to?
Government.
The government.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, Mooney doesn't know enough about like local current events to connect any sort of dots. So he's just up there, like, flipping all the buttons and switches and getting ready to take off.
He said that out loud.
Uh huh.
It might draw a lot of heat. Just throwing that out there, but
Is
we
there-
can still have some fun.
What's that? Chody?
Is there a trunk?
There is not. Yeah, no. So basically, you have carrying space inside of it. It's like a very lush kind of cab, effectively. But when the doors open, there are small slots where you can put a briefcase and wine bottles and wine glasses, but not really much space other than that. Oh, and also assault rifles. But yeah. Besides that, of
When
course
he
it's-
says that, a large gun just suddenly appears in my hand, the gun from the picture. And he was like, well, the job's a job. And he gets in it and sits down.
sitting there's probably a lot of foot tapping from Zip at this point, and yeah, the weapon that he's kind of brandished and kind of saddled into his lap is a Militech Ronin, which Crown may kind of go, oh, okay, cute. That's a lot. It's a Militech Ronin that appears to have the standard grenade launcher combination underneath and mounted like adjacent to it, so that if you switch like scopes, you're looking down one of 3 different barrels. So it's grenade launcher, rifle, and shotgun.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay.
He
Game.
doesn't say it out of character, but I mean, under his mask, he's pretty fascinated by the gun.
Yeah.
So as like Mooney starts firing everything up and getting ready to take off, he I guess comes over the intercom to speak to everybody.
Yeah.
He says, "Thank you for joining us today, and thank you for flying Mooney Air. Don't know how well this bitch is stocked, but please help yourself to anything that's not nailed down."
Trust me, I'm trying.
As you flip it up and kind of get everything situated, one thing you do need to take into account is that Night City has anti-air near specific buildings. So you would be familiar with this. You probably did your work because, again, you were given the job earlier today, so you had some time to think about it. The safest route from where you're at is to fly to the south of Mega Building 3, fly over the canal space, over top the cross building. I think it's a Night Court building. I can't remember for sure. And then make your way further up the space, taking a right on the canal's end, and then making your way into Charter Hill over the roadways to the building in question. And just so you
Sweet.
have it, the wanted poster there is where you're going. This building here next to it is the mayor's house.
Okay.
Nice.
Then Mooney's going to basically like the entire time he's going to try to like not fly so close to the buildings that it's dangerous, but try to use the city skyline as some sort of like cover.
Yeah.
But if people were to start trying to shoot at him, you know, maybe there's like buildings to block the line of sight or whatever,
Sure.
or mess with how these things target.
Most of the safe space that I've kind of suggested here will be further away from buildings. Air traffic control will actually look at people flying closer to buildings as bad. So yeah, you don't want to get too close.
I mean, whatever he's got to do to stay safe.
Yeah, if you're avoiding detection, you're going to take that route I've kind of drawn out. But if you want to go a different route, you're more than welcome. This is just the safest route that you would see as available.
This takes place after the game, right? Canonically?
Yes, right.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess if everybody's ready, Mooney's ready to take off and start flying.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
Anybody have anything else that they want to do during the lead up portion using your knowledge of what has been described in the games? Again, this is with the exception of Daniel, this is a relatively veteran crew. I just want to make sure that the choices that you make, you understand, are going to affect the evening. Is there anything else that you want to do before takeoff?
When we go to this party, our job is to just hold, right? We have
them while
we
they
have
film.
the Excalibur. That's all we cared about in that part.
Mm-hmm.
Now we go to this party and we hold.
You're effectively breaking into a person's apartment, and then you're going to take control of it, gain access to the elevators, bring a bunch of Rift's fans up into it, throw a party, film it, make a music video, leave.
Okay.
Mooney will text Tove and be like, "Hey, do you want to come to a rooftop party?"
She would actually say, "I can't. I'm very busy. Unfortunately, Letty's caught me working extremely hard this week." Which we'll get
Just
into next week.
curious here if this would work or not, because I'm just wondering here. If I make a wedge of some sort that can be adhesive wise to the ground, and put one of my a cap with one of my grenades in it, to where if someone were to kick in a door, they hit it and it would shoot off the grenade as kind of a bomb for the door.
There's a trap making tech thing. Yeah, those things you described might be possible with your character's knowledge. They might not. We'll see.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're still using the perks, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I just imagine Zip has left like hobo traps all over the city.
Not yet. He's changed a little bit. In his house, yes, but not all over.
Yeah. Anybody have anything else they want to throw out onto the docket as we kind of described it? You're about to fly through Night City in an AV.
No, I got something for the ride, but nothing that has to be done prior.
Okay.
We're good. I'm just letting you know now. I have combat sense. Like whenever we get into initiative rolling.
You'll always be considered to have full points for initiative reaction. Yep.
Yes. That's it.
Cool. I love how the solos keep looking at the things the other solos are doing and are like, oh yeah? What's that about? Maybe I should try that. Okay, so when you get up the canalway, for you, Mooney, there are bright red chyrons that start flaring on your system. It's evening time at this point. And from what you're being kind of noted to, you are passing by an NCPD location, specifically Night City Prison, which is this location, this location. This is all prison's time, or this is prison mainly here.
Yeah, I'm listening. Hold on. My
Sure.
cat is getting tangled up in the Christmas lights.
I love that. That's hilarious.
Just being a silly boy.
Absolutely fine, Zach. I got your note.
Okay, I'm back.
So these chyrons start to flare, and there's no response. There's no individual like telling you, but basically they're stating that you are in hostile airspace. If you do not ascend, like get up and away from us, we will open fire.
Okay, ascend.
Okay,
As long as I know I'm going in the right direction.
sure. For you, prime time, when this happens, you would note that the minuscule architecture that is kind of present in the AV, the tether that's kind of hanging loose in its architecture, connects to something.
Okay. Guess I can check that out.
Okay, so you're probably already still jacked in, and we're not really in a combat sense, but Pathfinder would tell you that you have just been connected to by the NCPD.
Okay.
The reason
Is there a
they
way to
asked you-
break that?
The reason they asked you to ascend was so that you were in their signal bandwidth.
Those
You were
motherfuckers.
at a specific height to be able to be caught out by them. Do you wish to sever it? That might draw more attention to you.
Yeah, no, it's probably not worth it at this point.
Okay. Is there anything you'd like to try to do? And again, don't utilize the rules only for what is possible. Try and think in your head, like, narratively what you'd like to try to do. That also works for me.
What I would like to try to do is just, I mean, this thing has come from the mayor's house before.
Yeah.
So it's probably a common thing that it's gone through this route to get to there.
Okay.
So I just want to make it seem like that. It's just a routine flight, just going back to the place that's already been.
Okay. So then effectively what you're doing, and then Mooney, you will see this happen from the back, is the parameters for the flight's path change. And you see that they're changed from what you can tell as a user inside of the vehicle. And after like maybe a minute or so, you kind of flying with the chyron blaring and like not sure what's going to happen, people's panic levels kind of like getting high as you're like locked in this tin can, hundreds of feet in the air, waiting for death to come. The chyrons stop blaring, and it seems that the charade has succeeded. Good.
So, does this thing have some sort of early warning system? Like it's gonna let me know if somebody shoots missiles at it?
Yeah, it'll definitely know you're locked on and you're about to be like hit. The chyrons
Okay.
were flaring, just noting that NCPD was saying you're in a bad area, and then when they tethered to you, they were kind of checking you out, effectively a scan, if you will, but not really. They were logging into your system to see where the fuck you were going, and then checking the license plate. They saw it was the mayor. They said, "Okay, fucking leave it alone." Okay, so once you're outside of that in Overcharter Hill, very simple matter of just switching to manual and moving the vehicle down into more relatively, let's say, friendly airspace, and you descend down onto the landing pad of this apartment building. this luxury apartment building. Now, right now it's nighttime, so this is kind of showing it as it would have appeared later or earlier in the day. You land where this Excalibur is kind of located. And the top floor looks like it has hot tubs, like sunbathing areas, a couple of vending machines for Chromanticore, and then there's an access kind of door over on like the right side, kind of beyond those palm trees, that leads to a staircase that leads down into the apartment proper. Once you arrive on the scene,
Cool. So, what land the AV? No issues.
yeah, no, it's super easy. This thing practically does it itself.
Excellent.
Heck yeah.
Oh,
Then I guess the next goal is to locate the elevator and then get down there and get those doors open.
Okay. Is anybody else doing anything first thing on the scene?
Rick, when he
Checking.
gets out, will be messaging Mamba to let her know that we're there.
They say they just pulled
Checking.
up in the bus.
checking the perimeter.
Okay.
I would be concealing the weapons actually before I get out and walking out like normal.
Okay. As you kind of survey the area, Crown, and kind of take account, you'll note that there are no real firing defense points other than inside of those large kind of overhang, kind of sun blocking structures on this floor. If a combat happens, this would be the worst place to have it. Because if you have AVs or drones or whatever, they're going to shred you. Now, for a music video, this might be a really great place to have a fucking party, whatever. But this is not the place to engage in combat. You hope that the downstairs is more like amicable to like a hardened defense point, but this ain't it.
Open.
Okay.
I want to check see for any like access points.
Net architectures are like everywhere. Virtuality like pops them. The Chromanticore machines appear to be connected to the greater net to let people in the vending company know that they what their stock available is. There are net architectures that allow you to control the water access for all of the hot tubs at your pleasure. There is a chiller for what you presume is wine up here on this top floor. It is connected to the net architecture, and there appears to be, from what you can tell, a lot of strains descending down pathwise into the apartment proper. So you presume that the net architecture's core is somewhere in the apartment building.
Okay. Yeah, I want to just jack in, turn everything on that could seem party related. Chillers, fucking hot tubs, everything that people would enjoy. But at the same time, I want to see if there's like cameras or anything
chase the
that would.
strains down. So when you do, you would see that this net architecture has basically it is a pseudo net architecture. It seems to have been developed over top of an actual net architecture, which the building below it has. So the security systems here are all kind of like parallel instead of leveled like a normal net architecture would have. And so when you access that point, like if you ever played the video game, like and you click on like the connected part and it says there's a camera, there's a camera, there's a camera, there's a turret, etc., it's basically like that for you instead of the normal kind of bullshit. The things that you have connected to: camera 1, camera 2, pressure sensor number 1, elevator 1, which these two are connected, pressure sensor and elevator, data card reader, and motion detection. And the motion detection seems to be scattered in 7 different points. 7 different points, wrong numbers. This is sick. I'm so bad at fucking math. 7 different points, and they all seem to be up here, but like in the floor and ceiling, and then in a space beneath you, kind of horseshoe crabbing around the exterior of the building, like a party pad, like balcony area.
Okay. So I might as well disable those for now, right? And just
Yeah, you can actually log into the cameras and look at them if you want. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
One more. it appears that there is a beam detector. So basically, a notation when someone enters into the apartment from upstairs, and kind of accentuates that someone has done so to the security.
We're having people come join us for the party, right?
Yeah, you got to get to the elevators and secure them so you can send them down and pick up the people.
Okay. Yep. That's what I was thinking. So pretty much just disable everything for now, minus the camera, so we can see who's coming.
Okay. If you want, you can go ahead and log into the cameras now. I definitely have everybody here at the top of the stairs, but I want to make sure that you're aware that that's not, you guys aren't going down yet. If you, someone said they were moving towards the downstairs. I think that was, who was that?
I mean, I did say,
It was you.
goals to locate the elevator, get
Okay.
down to the ground floor, and let people in.
So you're heading to the staircase. So what I will say is before you do, prime time, you click into that bad boy. Camera 1 or camera 2? Which one would you like to do first?
I'll start with camera 1.
So you can now see from a separate perspective. There's a camera at the end of this long hallway that seems to lead to nothing. The camera just points straight down the hall at the staircase. And at this point, as Mooney, you're kind of looking down the staircase, you see a red, glowing light on the right side. And Primetime, in your virtuality, you would note that that red line you see, or that red dot, you'd actually see it as a red line across the floor. And it would look like this to you. And that appears to be that sensor break. So if someone walks past that, they will trigger it and it'll alert security that someone has walked through. It won't do anything else. It'll just let security know that someone has walked through.
All right. Before you guys move, let me disable a couple things for us real quick. Make this a little easier for us.
Okay. So for security stuff, every single thing that you wish to turn off, you'll have to backdoor. But if you're just accessing it to kind of key to it, no roles are required because the net architecture is, like I said, it's loose.
Yeah. So I was thinking this is out of character. Is cameras. There's no reason to turn it off. We're shooting a music video. Everyone's gonna know who was there, right?
And you can pull the feet too, and use that for your fucking, give that to Cam for more angles.
That's actually pretty awesome.
Yeah. So I was thinking that, but as far as anything that would trip security, we should delay that as much as possible.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I'd like to just try to disable the
TV9 on the any security aspect here, with the exception of one. I'll tell you when you hit the one that's not the one you want. So let's see what you got.
You want me to just do normal interface rolls, right?
Yep. Okay, that's pretty bad, but we have a rocker die. So the result of that will be 5 minus 9 will be -4. So to get a 9, you will need 14 points of luck.
But here's the good thing about all this net running is you just keep trying as long as no one fucks it up.
So you say. So I'm just gonna ask. Like I said, everybody has their luck refreshed. Does the group want to pool a total of 14 points worth of luck to save that fucking shitty roll?
Hell no.
Well,
That's
actually,
so
sorry.
much.
I will give you +2 to that because again, you're backdooring, so Worm would help here. So 12 points.
I like it.
It's a lot of luck. Okay.
I'm not even gonna know I'm here.
So if that's the case, then this will stay active. And what you will note is as you kind of are sitting there in the access and kind of in the loose section, you would see that another user enters into the system. You are no longer alone.
Oh,
Time to fire up armor.
Okay, armor's fired up.
So these lasers, do they go floor to ceiling, or is it just one across the floor?
Yeah, so what you would see is just a little red dot on the right side of the wall. You have no idea.
I can try again.
Yeah. Go ahead. And that's the roll. Okay, solid. So yeah, the red light will switch off. Mooney, you would see the red dot kind of dissipate, and probably on the hollow you'd get a okay or go ahead from the Netrunner.
Hell yeah. Quickly move along. I'm going to be keeping an eye out for any more red lights.
Armor fired up, and you're kind of sitting in your kind of space in the net architecture, kind of waiting. And this other user doesn't seem to maneuver, move, or anything. It just seems like there is a user basically inside of the architecture with you, and from what you can tell, is just watching you. Do you want to switch to a different camera or anything else? And Mooney, you can move forward. There's a door up on the left side.
All right, I'll go ahead and move to the door. Like I said, I'm going to keep an eye out for any more of those red dots.
No, you're the wrong way. Sorry, the door's right here.
Oh. Right.
Yeah, it's a really long hallway that has no point or purpose other than be a camera for the front or the roof access. Door opens with a swish. Inside of this next space, you would see what appears to be a laundry room.
Is the elevator near here, or
You do not know.
Just immediate, like, do a quick scan for any more red lights near the ground level, and then move to the next door.
Okay. Yeah, so looking at the, and again, I don't know why it's not letting me close that off for view. That's weird. But the next door will open just fine as well. But the laundry baskets seem to be filled with towels. Mooney, you're a man who's had sexual intercourse in the game. You can definitely tell that the towels are riddled with the filth of probably quite raunchy parties, and it looks like they've been in there for a while, like maybe a few days or a week.
Ooh, crusty ditty party towels.
Damn it! I was gonna make the joke, but I wasn't sure like how off limits it was.
It's not off limits. It's fine.
We've already been canceled.
Someone had a freak off here.
But yeah, you can open that door, I believe, and you should be able to move through it.
Oh,
beyond that,
I didn't
space-
realize opening it was a thing I could do.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
It's only impossible if it's locked. And then, sorry, Primetime, are you switching to a different camera?
Yeah, I'll switch to 2.
Bear with me for a second, guys. Pause for a second. On your movements.
Okay. Yeah, Mooney's hugging those corners.
You are Primetime. I'm trying to give you access to this camera. Hold on.
Oh damn! This is like the whole ass apartment. We're gonna fucking trash this place.
You can't see that, can you?
Nope.
Who are you asking?
This would be asking the person who's in the cameras.
Bro, what is your problem?
For fuck's sake.
I see that.
You see that now?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I see. Okay. So, you can see that. Okay. So
Yep, I
what
see
you
that room.
see in this space is there appears to be a security door on the left side that does not appear to be a door that you are aware of being access to the camera on the other side, but you're able to understand, like, based on the net architecture's logic, that this is indeed connected to the door, but there was no door down that hallway. And then you would know too, there we go, this is an elevator door, and this is an elevator terminal, like the ones you've seen on many elevator in Night City, and then this appears to be a sliding glass door. There is a security call station here, and this is actually where the camera is located.
Okay.
All right. Mooney, you walk through a kitchen. There are some actual, like, fruits on the table, which, again, isn't a thing you see very often.
He just straight up pockets them.
They look like they're kind of like, I'd say the best way to describe them is they're apples that are kind of like at that stage where they're a little mealy. They're kind of like a little kind of like tender.
A little squishy.
Yeah, but they're not like bad or anything. And also, wouldn't tell the
he'll
difference.
pocket them. Like
Yeah.
worst case scenario, take them back to camp and plant the seeds. Like
Yeah. give that a shot in the Badlands for sure. But the kitchen looks like it's decently stocked, but not fully so. Looks like a lot of it's been kind of pilfered or like dealt with. Okay. Crown, do you follow in behind Mooney? Jonah's not there. Okay. How about you, Zip or Riff or Camp?
I'll follow in as soon as there's an opening. Try to be tactical and watch both ways.
Cool. Yeah, feel free to move your token. Mooney. Also, as you come out of the kitchen, you'll see that this space here in front of you is kind of level set, like drop down a bit. There's like some very ornate looking flower sculptures. They're not real flowers, they're like metal. A really strange looking, kind of rolly looking couch setup. And then there's a table, chairs. This looks like it's cooler. The windows, or rather the spaces that are empty, they look like they're completely like devoid of glass. And instead you just see kind of floating in the air bright neon lights that say security, and they're bright red in coloration at current. And
Well, that can't be good. And then he checks the cooler.
okay. Cooler is empty. The ice inside of it looks like it's kind of melted but like fused at the bottom.
All right. And then he okay, so looking out this way, I can see this is like a balcony with the pool, or is that like an enclosed pool area?
It's an enclosed pool area. So when we saw the outside, the exterior, below the level, there's like a glass area that kind of circles the entirety of the floor underneath the rooftop.
I got you. It's like a veranda or like a wraparound
If you're
porch.
looking at it from the exterior, it looks like just flat glass that you can't really see through, kind of like tinted. On this side, you're looking out, it's like completely perfect glass. Like you can see
It's like
Night City.
one-way glass.
Yeah, you can see Night City the way it's supposed to be seen.
Okay. Then so knowing where I landed, I'm assuming like on the roof I landed the AV like over here somewhere.
It's kind of over that way, yeah.
Okay, so that would mean that this direction is more towards the interior of the building.
That's a fair assessment.
Okay, then he's going to keep moving in that direction looking for the elevator, because obviously that red security, red flag. So he's going to keep heading this way, like very quickly checking doors.
As you're watching from the camera, you would see a Mooney-shaped shadow kind of move across the area where that double glass door is. Keeping in mind, you guys are all on hollow, so you can talk to each other like if you're on you were on a phone call.
Yeah,
Mooney,
so
can you
he's
step backwards.
do what?
And as I see him again, I just ask you to like step backwards, so like stop where you are, step back.
Whoop.
And that's when I see him on the camera, right? Like right by the glass door.
But yeah, you kind of like step back until you tell him to stop, and then you kind of tell him to go to the right, his right.
Gotcha. So up this way.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be what, this door?
Yep. And when you slide it open, you'd see that this is the elevator.
Excellent. And he, over the hollow or whatever, he says, found the elevator.
Oh, we should all be good to go in, right?
Open.
The
Well-
door, when you go to the terminal and hit it, it says access denied. And it's basically like if you've ever gone into, like in Cyberpunk, the video game, if you've ever gone to one of those terminals and tried to access it, it's nothing. You can't open it.
Yeah, the elevators that it won't let you use.
Yeah.
He says, well, I mean, if anybody's going to head down to the ground floor, I think it should probably be one of you more security-oriented guys. You know, I can hold my own in a fight, but that's not really why I'm here.
Oh, real quick, for those who might have missed it, when you come into that space, folks, these white lines, they're open air. Like they go out into the space outside, right? Not technically outside, just into that balcony area. But the white lines kind of floating in the air are red, like holograms that say security, and are kind of like emblazoned red.
Oh, we could turn that off.
Goal was to open the elevator and then just have people come up. I didn't know we had to go down.
Well, you have to turn the elevator on. At current, it's not active.
Yeah.
You would note with that check prime time that it is up here, and there is a pressure plate sensor in the elevator that's part of this net architecture.
Can we
Man, I'm
open?
glad we brought a net runner.
Can we open these bathroom doors? Or
Yeah,
do
you can
we
go
say
anywhere
no?
that the doors will open, and just if you say like I'm going into a place, just let me know, and I'll tell you what you're walking into, just so you see what you see.
I just want to check these bathroom doors really quick. Or
Yeah.
these bathrooms. to see
You
if
pop them
anything-
open. You look inside. There's a bathroom. Looks like there's a sink in this one with a shitter like off to the right.
I'm gonna check the shitter.
The shitter looks clean, immaculate. Surprisingly so. Actually,
Okay.
no. This one's. Sorry, this one's the one that's fucked because this is the communal one. Yeah, no,
Oh, this is the
absolutely
fucked one.
destroyed.
Okay.
It looks like. Think of the most foul, and you're a nurse, so yeah. Think of the most foul shit you can imagine coming out of a human being. It is in
Nice.
that toilet.
We're gonna close that.
Surprisingly,
and
it smells amazing in there, though. And what you realize is that the scent control device that's kind of up to the top, like it's its own little auto like sensory device, it's
Yeah.
still just jetting out this mist.
I love that.
They bought the heavy duty, and it's still going.
We'll check this door.
Yep, same thing. This one's like a storage area. It looks like there's some jackets that are left over, some shirts. A wardrobe.
Okay. All right. And then Mooney said he wanted someone to check downstairs.
Yeah, you did.
He
Well,
said he
you
wanted
have to
someone
get
go downstairs.
through.
You gotta get an elevator.
You're gonna have to get through the security on the elevator.
All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and start disabling anything security related for now. That would just
Okay.
trip people up to the fact that we're here, anything like that. So
It
any
looks like
sensors
the
that I
thing that's
see,
impeding your allies from descending is the pressure
the
plate
pressure sensor.
on the elevator needs to be turned off so that the elevator door can be opened. Go ahead and make your interface roll. I've made mine.
Interface.
Okay.
Ooh.
You feel that you're being contested, and like someone is actually like counter hacking your attempts to crack the door, and you kind of just go. And as you're doing it, you realize that whatever you're dealing with, this user, it's not a person. It's what's known as a demon. It's like a AI program that's kind of put into architectures to kind of handle things this way. And once you kind of clear it and break through, turning off the pressure sensor, the elevator door opens, and then the user that's inside the architecture will exit the architecture space.
What's in this room, John?
When you open this room, it looks like it is a bedroom. There is a very nice looking desk with a computer / gaming system in the bottom left corner. There's another cooler or refrigerator setup kind of over there. On the side of the table, there is a book, like a physical like book. And also next to the book or kind of under it, there appears to be a pistol.
I want to look at the pistol.
You pick it up, pull open the magazine, looking at it. It's an M10 AF Lexington, same gun you printed for me. Check the ammunition, 9mm. Looks like it's got a full magazine. Slide it back in, check. It's perfect. And you can add a medium pistol to your character sheet if you'd like. Actually, is a Lexington on this bad boy? It might have its own stats. It does. Yay! Hold on, I'll just add it
Can
to
I-
you. I
was
can
gonna
do
say,
it.
yeah, please do.
Yeah, I forgot that we're in there's too many people in this game, and I can't share compendiums anymore. You are. Is it?
Steal the computer system.
Oh, I wouldn't care about that. If someone else wants it, more than happy.
Where
But
the
my
fuck would you
character
put
wouldn't
it?
care.
So the Lexington is on your sheet. It is a power weapon, which means you can bounce the bullets off of walls. And whenever you deal critical injury with the pistol, it deals 5 additional damage on top of the 5 damage it normally does for critic.
Cool. I will leave this room and head back to the group.
Okay. And also the same thing would have been true. This window here or space here would have had the security. Primetime, once you kind of free up the elevator and allow them access, you would realize that the security tags that are up are connected to the motion detectors. So if you want to clear those, it's going to be one roll for all 7.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
And as you're doing that, I want you to make a perception roll.
Got it. That was under awareness, right?
Yes, and I'm going to give you a -3 because you're currently logged into the net. Okay, surprisingly good. You hear a swish of a door, and Cam, as you come around the corner looking at Primetime, stop where you were there. This will actually be
Sorry.
a bad spot. No worries, no worries. Well, actually, you go ahead and move to where you want to go, because a lot of people did a bunch of shit, and you didn't get to do fuck all, so go ahead and...
That's all. I'm just trying to stay behind everyone and keep everyone like in frame as much as possible.
Oh, sure.
Like for the first time, like I'm
Do you want to stay
staying.
locked in with Riff, then? You want to move over there?
No, I'm unless he moves out of the hallway, but
Okay,
I'm
you
staying
got it
behind
pretty tight.
everyone.
Okay.
That's what I'm.
So-
Yeah, you see what I'm doing.
So as you're kind of locked in, I'll give you a perception check as well. And if you don't get it, you'll basically in camera be watching as Primetime kind of looks over his shoulder, confused. His eyes still kind of flaring red from being connected to the net. So either way, you're gonna see it coming. So you're like you're like locked into the zone, and you see his red eyes kind of like he kind of turns and looks over his shoulder. And it's at that moment you see that this door has opened, and out from it has flown a very large drone with what appear to be machine guns or chain guns on its side. And once you see it, you hear it go brrr, which means that it is about to fire at you. So we're going to go ahead and settle to initiative.
Oh, fuck.
You thought this was going to be fucking easy?
I just assume every job I'm gonna be on is easy.
I mean, I hope it's going to be easy.
It has to be.
Easy is way better than not easy.
Damn, Zip.
I don't know. Is it this drone or I think this one's too big. This is like the size of the car. Hold on. It is this one. It's an older model, but it checks out. Okay. And okay, so the way the game treats surprise in this instance is that you are on the initiative or you're not. So we've had everybody roll initiative, but technically the only 2 people who are currently on the initiative are Primetime and the drone. So, with that being said, we're going to move to the first of those 2 individuals, and it is the drone. And it's not as big as I said. Instead of having chain guns, it's just got the one machine gun underneath. Because the one I had set up was, it's supposed to be the 4 square. Yeah, too big. That thing's supposed to shoot people out of the sky. What is happening? Okay. That's interesting, and I don't like it. Okay, I've set it up, right? Tell me I have. No. I suck at this. Bear with me here. Okay, I think I've got it. Okay, cool. So it will bring its weapon to bear. It looks like an assault rifle that's been kind of slotted into the kind of chassis there. It will auto fire. It's doing so at prime time. And its range at current is looks like 16 meters. So that means it will hit by 2. So for rapid fire, it'll double the amount of damage that's dealt to you here with this auto fire shot. It's going to be a total of 8 times 2 is 16. So you will take 16 damage to the body. It's going to be first things first. Armor jack. What's its value? Or your armor value?
11.
So 16 minus 11 will be 5. You'll take 5 real damage. And then your armor jack will be ablated, which means you'll reduce its value by 1. Okay?
Yep.
Cam, this is where like the camera like moves over to it and you're like locking in on it. Prime time, you are up.
Got a great shot of him getting fucking lit up though.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. It was like, oh.
All right. Actually, I don't want to go.
What you got? Sorry, I'm rushing you.
Struggling to move my shit. I don't know why, but Roll20 moves so shitty on my computer.
Yeah, it could be
Did
kind
we
of a
hear
chore.
shots fired?
Huh?
Did we hear shots fired?
Yeah, on this next initiative round, you guys will be going.
Okay.
So I can't actually see it from there, right? Or is it like a peek around the corner? I would be able to see it.
Yeah, so yeah, you can see it. Like, basically, you can also take your action at any point during your movement. So you can kind of.
No, I just want to get behind cover like that, and then
Yeah.
I'm just gonna fire.
Yeah, you could be shooting at it while you're diving for cover. Okay. So you're firing just single shot? Oh no, auto fire.
Nah,
right?
that's auto fire.
Hell
Yeah.
So I would say that distance-wise, we're looking at 6 meters, and that means DV20. Do you want to spend luck? You've got to get 2 points in there. So just 2 luck.
I don't think that counted the +1 for it being a smart weapon, so it should just be 1.
Okay. And that's going to hit by 1. If you want to spend luck increasingly, this is an auto-fire... what is its auto-fire trait? Auto-fire 4. So that means if you beat it by 1, it's going to do 9 damage. If you beat it by 2, it's going to do 18 damage. If you beat it by 3, it's going to do 27 damage. And if you beat it by 4, it's going to do 36 damage. So do you want to spend like 3 points of luck or 4 points of luck to boost it to full damage, or do you just want to spend 1 point of luck?
I sure do.
Okay.
That is some sweet synergy.
Pop out, your eyes kind of flare red from like being jacked in, but your right eye toggles to like a bluish color as you connect with the subdermal, bringing the shingen out and kind of tossing to the side. It's going to dump 10 rounds of ammunition. You watch as it hits the target, kind of blasting it down. It looks like it does quite a bit of damage, but it doesn't drop it out of the air.
Sounds good.
All right. Mooney, you were sequential, so you are the last one who doesn't get to act. But yeah, you all hear the gunfire. Roll. Crown, you went into the elevator to descend down to kind of let everybody up. Is that right?
Yes.
Roll a D100.
Oh no.
I'm going to say there's a 50% chance you're already on your way down. Okay, so you are not on your way down. The elevator doors are getting ready to do... They're in that state of, like, we're getting ready to close, so you'll have time to get off the elevator in this initiative round.
Okay.
So, Zip, you are up. You hear gunfire. You see your man get hit and then rush towards the bullets. So, your play.
Gonna unsheath the rifle, bring it up, and just spray.
Okay. Yeah. That will be a jam. So this is a
I rolled 2
non-excellent.
ones in a row.
We're having a great night, it seems. So as you kind of bring the weapon up, you kind of look at it and then kind of like, fire, and you realize that like that first shot, like when it tried to cycle the round, like it shot one bullet off, but when it tried to cycle the next round, it jammed. So during your next turn, as an action, you can clear the jam.
Can I
Go.
continue my move to get in cover?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So next round, I just have to unjam and I can't shoot.
Correct. And what I'll say too is, for flavor, when you were putting the trash on your bike, the trash bags were like really mushy and like really gross, and you remember getting some on your hands and like kind of on your outfit and kind of like dusting it off or like brushing it off, and you think that some of it might have got into like the actuator, and you're like,
Got it.
fuck. Okay, Rick.
Rip isn't as careful as Carl.
Yeah. It's
So crazy, just so devil may care with his helmet. Come around the corner, Overture.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to move up a little bit more, I think. With actually, it's the same.
Keep in mind,
same
this
right now.
split level that we're looking at here, this goes down about 2 feet or so. So if you want to like run out and like max pain dive onto the couch, you'd effectively getting yourself some cover there.
That
if-
sounds cool enough to do, yeah.
If you have the move to do it, it's not a bad choice.
Yeah, I got from here would be 6 squares. And then from here, I got 2 more squares, so I could probably get like
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, you dive past Cam, firing in the air while you're doing it. Dope.
Heck yeah. Let's see here. Oh, never mind.
Okay.
The first time I've ever had my
So-
gun jam.
As you kind of jump through the air, you kind of pull the trigger, and you can feel like the hammer kind of click against the space in between the rounds. And as you kind of hit the ground, you can see that like at some point during your heavy gunfire over the weekend, it seems to have gotten pretty like dirty inside. Clean your guns, kids. And then during your next turn, same thing. You can kind of clear the jam. You are currently lying down, so you're prone on the couch. Kai.
I'm gonna use it. Using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right there.
Okay.
That's as far as I can get.
Yep. I would say if you want, can you see any part of the token or no?
No.
Not at all?
It's so like right here is nothing but shadow.
Okay. So yeah, you can't get a name on it. It can't get a name on you. You can hear it, so you kind of understand what's happening, even though you don't see it yet. But there's a drone. Okay. The drone will fly to here, spin, assault rifle straight in your face, and just pull. Assault rifles are not made for point blank range, so you kind of. Oh, hold on. Sorry, this is a refrigerator. I just realized. For flavor, because I love that, it flies forward, and as it's coming forward, it pulls the assault rifle up, and Primetime's like just opens the refrigerator door and like duck behind it, and you hear, and you can see like the holes coming through, but you can also see like some don't make it all the way through this refrigerator door. A couple of bottles of like sauce and whatnot in the door kind of get shattered by the assault rifle fire, but Primetime is not touched. Cam.
I'm gonna start with the bulletproof shield coming out, and we're gonna pull out the heavy pistol, I think.
Okay. Do you want to move forward?
Yeah, let's
Right,
go.
top some of the. Wow,
Up
it's
to,
still.
like- Here?
It's still. Is there still a token here?
Yes.
That is weird. Okay, hold on a second. I gotta fix some things, I think. I see what it's doing. It's being a jerk again. Every time I do this.
This is a 33 hit.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. 33. That's so weird. It's not showing it on. That's so strange. That is
It's
fucking
a roll 20 thing because when I had my session yesterday, one of my players saw 3 of their own token, but nobody else could see but 1.
Huh. Fucking roll 20. Cam, that is a massive hit. 12 straight to it. You'll notice that the armor seems to be very heavy, but despite that, like you shoot it straight in the side panel, and when it does, you watch it kind of blow out the back of one of these like Aerodyne devices, causing it to start to like tailspin, and it slams into the table with like a kind of sparky burst. It doesn't blow up. It just kind of flies underneath there, and it just kind of like. Okay, that's it for that. Go ahead and kill the Musica. The drone is destroyed. It came out of this space. Oh, I love this. This is wonderful. Can you guys also see like in kind of highlight here and here?
Yeah.
This is wonderful. I love this. Okay, let me try and fix that part. I think I can fix that part. Explorer mode sucks.
Yeah, Riff is gonna clean his gun. And then after he cleans his gun, he will be like, all right, let's get these people up here and start this video.
Zip will do likewise. Also, Zip, as future reference, solos have an ability that says you can get fumble recovery, which means that you don't have to worry about jams.
Ooh.
It's one of the solo options there.
I might work on that next.
You come around the corner here, and your net architecture, like since you're still jacked into the system, you would see that the net architecture seems to show meat space kind of overlay. This is where the card reader is located. This door here. You'd also be able to tell that this wall that you walked past and are walking around, and that was kind of connected to the kitchen, is a like quadruple reinforced armor door.
Ooh, looks like we got something over here, guys.
And yeah, please ignore
Have a little bit.
this drone.
I would like
Will
to take
do.
that drone.
Well, they all seem to be approaching that armored door. Mooney's gonna head back to what he thinks is the bedroom and start going through drawers, looking for safes, looking for any valuables.
Okay.
Your boy Crown is going to attempt to go back downstairs.
Appreciate you, Crown. Appreciate it.
Okay, you go back to the elevator and head downstairs. Riff, you had called Mamba. She said that they arrived. They've got people on the scene. And it's finally gone. I got it to go away. I just had to refresh. Prime time, you're passing the security door, moving into the bedroom.
Yes.
Okay, very nice flat screen, curved TV on the wall, cuck chair, because you got to have a cuck chair. You got what appears to be two twin beds that have been kind of pushed together in this space. Very weird. Door to the bathroom, you presume, on the left.
It's called a split king. Some people
And it's
like
called
them.
a cuckold chair. Thank you for the lessons in bedroom furniture. I appreciate you.
Oh shit, is he in like the master bedroom and I'm in the guest bedroom?
You are in a bedroom that's already looks like it's already been searched. There's a cool gaming rig. There's a fridge. The fridge is empty. There's a book. The book was overlooked. It looks like something was moved on the desk. You would have seen that Zip has a new pistol. It is a Lexington, M10 AF Lexington. It looks like it has like cherry red slide and grip, but the rest of it's like black. And you would notice, Zip, that on the handle is the Arasaka logo.
What's the book?
Oh, perfect. It is Sun Tzu.
I mean, it's
The
a
Art of War.
physical paper book.
Paper book.
Yeah, that's going in my pocket.
A copy of Sun Tzu of the Art of War. In our like real life kind of canon terms, it's like one of those books you would find at like half price books or whatever. It's basically just like a throwaway book to us, but this far in the future and so far removed from like paper.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Mooney's like, hell yeah, apples, and the Art of War.
This place is great. Riff, Primetime, Cam, Zip. Is there anything in particular in this room that you're looking for? Or looking towards?
Try to open this door.
Yeah, it's a bathroom. no
Heck
bath or no toilet that you can see, but you see there's a weird little like glass door on the left side that's like frost glass.
I shall try to open it.
There's a shitter in there. You found it.
I'm definitely going to come back and use that.
That one's perfectly clean, by the way.
Won't be for long.
All right. And then prime time, anything in particular you want to investigate in the room? Maybe
Just
some-
the locked door, if there's anything.
Yep. So it's a data card requirement. This will require an electronic security. You won't be able to hack this door. This is a door you'll have to actually like pop the box and like get to work on. And if you have tech tools, you can add a +1, but I don't think you do. So
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I could maybe help with that.
okay. Yeah, if you offer your help and walk over,
I could help.
okay. So if he is helping, he
Thank
can
you.
add a +2 to your roll in aiding you.
You said electronic security tech or
Yep.
something else?
Do I need a roll for that too?
Nope. You just say I'm helping.
Cool.
I'm
Add
helping
two.
you. I'm helping you. Bizarro. And then he gets a +2 to his roll, which means he got an 18. Which means he beats the DV of 17, which means the door opens. Inside of
Shake and bake,
the
brother.
space, when it opens, you see what appears to be a security desk. Monitors, you can see that the camera systems are on display here. You can see a camera inside of the elevator looking at your friend or your ally here, Crown, coming up with a throng of what appear to be party goers, mostly like, attractive ladies and men, like dressed in kind of like street party gear. They look like they're getting ready to have a absolute rager. You would see that there's also a camera for the lobby downstairs, and there doesn't appear to be anyone at the lobby. The chair that you currently see at this desk is situated so it's pointed at the computer side, not so much the security monitors, which just has one curved screen that seems to just be repeating text. Was anybody in this group who's coming up behind him? That'd be Zip, I think. Mooney, are you coming this way as well or no?
I mean, yeah, I
Eventually.
already checked that
So
room.
Zip, Mooney, Cam, Riff, were any of you in the basement when Black Megan descended through the ceiling?
Yes.
I was. Yeah.
If you
I
I
were,
was
was
right in
also-
front of her because I grabbed the case.
if you were, the code that's going across that screen looks identical to the code that was on the displays in the basement. In the chair is a man in a business suit. On the ground next to the chair is a pistol, identical to the one that Zip found in the bedroom. It looks like it has been spent, so the slide is fully extended back out of the frame of the gun. The Lexington slide is interior; it's integral. It's not an exterior slide. And then it looks like it's empty, laying on the ground. And the man's head is back this way, and you can see that his brains and blood are on the ceiling and on the floor behind him. Despite that, it smells perfectly great in here because that fucking scent mister is going nuts.
I'm gonna need one of those.
I'm just gonna strap one onto my fucking chest.
if nobody else wants the gun, Mooney will pick it up. It's
Yeah.
not like he's a fan of nice looking pistols. It's not like he needs another one.
Rick
then
would
after
definitely
that-
be trying to look through the suit.
You check the man over, and he appears to be an Arasaka security tech.
Zip would look
Nice.
in and grumbly say, "This isn't part of the job.
um,
Supposed to let him in, let him party, and get out."
did he So I'm sorry. Did somebody did they like go through his pockets, or did they just
No,
look
he just
at
like
him?
he just looked at him real quick. If you do go through his pockets, you'll find his wallet, his identification. His name's not terribly important. He is just a security tech, but you have his name if you need it for future reference. He
Yeah.
has like $100 in Eurobucks stashed there in his pocket or in his wallet. Looks like he has like all of the fancy cards. He's got a diner's card. He's got a fucking surprisingly, he has a Trauma Team Silver. That doesn't seem to have mattered. You have to crack a silver. You can't. It's not connected to your Biomon. If you're
I
not
got
familiar
you.
with that.
Now, does he have like a chip slot?
He is. He is. Yeah, he does have a neuroport. So
Does he? Is there anything in there?
No.
Okay. Like Mooney's not the techie type. This definitely seems really fucking weird. Like there's something very fishy about this. But he takes the gun, pockets the gun. He'll go ahead and just grab a blanket off the bed and just throw it over the body.
Cam, as you're kind of like
Or the blanket, I want to push the body out of the chair.
Okay.
That's my chair now.
Falls to the ground.
I mean, fuck, we might as well just throw it in the closet.
I will say that as you kind of look at the chair, you'll notice that it is surprisingly clean, despite having a dead man in it. Those pants definitely held out. You
Pants.
sit in the chair and you look at the code. It's very strange. You look at the computer that it's attached to. You're pretty sure you could pull it and take it with you, the hard drive. It does appear to be connected to the net architecture, but not in a way that allowed you to see it in the loose structure. It seems to be more tethered to the building security, which would be like the public net architecture, so effectively the internet.
Okay.
The other computer terminal cameras, but the main one seems to be a very standard kind of interface. You have tabs that are opened, and one of the tabs is email.
I'll peruse through it quickly. Just
Yeah.
see if there's anything that.
There's like a bunch of ads for, Mr. Stud. There's a bunch of ads for like, sexual gratification, brain dance theaters. Like, you've seen advertisements for these all over the place. Very thoroughly spammed. But you do see one, and these are all unread, but you would see that one specific email has been read. And it seems like a lot of the material has been deleted from this email. But the one that's open is an email emailed from this terminal to this terminal. And it says, please help me. I'm in the net architecture.
I guess
Well,
we
that's
know
not
who
wrong.
that other user was.
If you look at this console and kind of like check the net architecture from its like main like system operation, you would note that the user that left when you basically deject them from stopping you from moving the elevator entered into an artificial space, which you would mean a robot, drone, or turret, and then effectively left the net architecture. So they are in the drone.
So this guy has died like 3 times?
I don't know.
All right.
He killed himself, ended up in the net architecture. You deleted him from that. He ended up in the drone, and then we deleted that as well.
Well, we don't know if he killed himself.
Sorry, that's I'm Mooney doesn't know shit.
How big was the drone? Like, is it something like a normal person could just pick up and carry, or is it too big?
You can carry it, but it's not going to be like something you're going to be able to run around easily with. It's not like a little thing. It's more like you're going to be moving around with a microwave.
Okay. I was just gonna say, I just want to bring it in the server room so that I can monitor the cameras, while the party's going on and everything. I can also, tinker with it, see if I can figure anything out.
Yeah, so what you can see is that there's a charging port for it specifically right behind you. And as you look at the drone, it's still sparking a little bit. So you're kind of like, but you can see that it's still on. It's just not able to function because you blew out necessary things for it to be able to do so.
Yeah, I don't want to plug it back in. I don't want if there's a chance for that to go right back into the net. But I just want to look at that, and then like for the whole party, pretty much once everyone's up, I just want to reactivate like the elevator so that it's not going to move. The trip sensor outside, just like the standard thing. So if
You're locking it down once you have the party on
yes,
site. Okay. So what I'm
and then
gonna
the rest of my time will be in this room, pretty much.
what I'm gonna say here is there are 3 things that I need, and again, describing a party, we're gonna go through it. That is happening, but again, it's gonna be a rager. I just don't know how to role play having a party without it just being descriptive, right? I do know how to role play a party when it comes to roles that are required. So Riff, obviously, you're going to be playing instrument, right?
Yeah.
I've already got the rules for the rest of the band, and they're on fire tonight, so we're doing great. Just so long as you don't fuck it up. Then for Cam, you probably have more of an understanding of where you want to go with roles here. I think it's going to be photography and film. Is that under? Yeah, photography.
Yeah, I
And,
was gonna say under technique, photography,
yeah,
and film.
you're definitely going to be using that. I'm also going to say too, you can go ahead and make a perception roll for like an overall like understanding of the space. This is when you were scouting the location, and if you succeed on the perception check before you make the photography and film check, I'm going to give you a bonus to your roll based on what you roll for perception.
11.
Okay. Do you want to spend any luck?
Um. Yeah, I'll spend 4.
Okay.
Is that enough? 15.
Yes. So you will gain a +2 to your photography and film check. Go ahead and roll it. And then that play instrument from you.
It's a 26 on my
Really good
photography
pictures.
and film.
So good.
I don't miss a goddamn thing.
I would like to add luck as well.
What would you like to spend?
I will spend 2, so it'd be 4 for myself. So it'd be
Okay.
21.
So then, yeah, basically, if you are at the party and you are not doing security work, like Crown, Zip, those 2 are kind of focused on the elevator, focused on the roof. You're kind of keeping an idea of where you're kind of the potential threats might come from. Then you would kind of get the vibe that this is going insanely great. It is a fucking rager. If you are a partying type, you're probably engaged in it as well, and are being immortalized in song. If you are not wanting to be immortalized in song, Cam does give everybody the option to have your face blurred or be edited out of the material. Crown, you're wearing a helmet, right?
Yes.
And so Zip, Mooney, are you still doing the bandito thing, or are you going full Mooney?
Yeah, for the party, he's going full Mooney.
Okay. Cowboy hat on. There's
Yeah.
probably a bit in.
You're just gonna have like a chromed out cowboy just rocking in the background.
There's probably a bit in the video where you're like riding like the edge of the couch or some shit. That sounds dope. Riff guitars, like up on top, like as you're standing on top of the AV. A drum of glitter, which is a drug, a narcotic, is brought up onto the top portion and is basically fired out of air cannons all around the space. The song, from what you can tell from like the muffled, because I assume Impure Cobra is kind of like a hot splash of like rock, like metal, right? But like there's like an influence of screamo in there, like there's just like a rage that's kind of integral to like their art.
Heck yeah.
And so you've got Black Mamba like just belting it up there as like cannons of glitter are being shot, and the song that seems to be put on offer is Glittering Overture, which oftentimes references a specific revolver that's only jammed once for Rick, but multiple times for somebody else. And it goes great. And you have like 10 or so minutes after the fact as you're kind of like gearing up, getting ready to kind of like dish people out. It's 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, late as fuck, and no problems from NCPD or any external security. You guys are surprised you've had this long to play. But when you're kind of cleaning up and everyone's getting ready to like dust off and go hit the bars, what are you lot doing?
Mooney's going to be checking in with Duke, making sure he's still around.
Yeah, I'm good. I will let you know something strange. I've been driving around. There aren't a lot of patrols out here. It's Charter Hill. Like this place should be like crawling, you know?
I mean, Mooney makes a note of that, but he doesn't immediately think of anything like any reason why or where else they would be, unless something else is popping off somewhere else in the city. I mean, he can like pull out his agent and tune into like N54, can't he?
Yeah.
See if there's any like breaking news or anything weird going on.
You pop open, your phone looking for anything. There's no special alerts, nothing on their, standard website, nothing crazy.
Okay, so he just like lets the Duke know. He's like, okay, well, we're wrapping up here, but
I'll be ready.
Keep an eye out.
Yeah, I'll be ready. Crown, Zip. I'm assuming you folks will be leaving out the elevator and heading down. Are you waiting until everybody else is removed from the site before you head down, or do you want to do security detail from the ground floor?
I'll do.
Go ahead. I'm sorry for interrupting.
No, you're good. I was just gonna go down and do security detail first.
Okay.
See if anything is, getting ready to pop off.
Yeah, so what you'll notice is that as you're kind of down there and kind of moving all these people out, there's nobody else in this building.
That's sus.
There's no clerk at the desk. Nothing. Quiet as the grave.
My spidey senses are tingling.
Okay. You'd
I'm
see that the
gonna-
people outside are they go over to the bus stop and looks like they're getting ready, and a bus swings by, picks them up. Everything outside looks normal.
Okay. I'm gonna send the elevator back up. But I'm gonna actually, before I do that, I want to stay around and check like the perimeter of the building a little bit. At least that front portion in front of the
So
actual
that threat
building.
detection?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception roll.
Does this get a +4 from threat
You
detection?
bet.
Okay. Jesus. Nice. Oh, it already added the 4. Okay,
Yep,
so
it does it
18.
for you. You look outside and are kind of looking around, and when you kind of look over to the east, the highway, I believe it's the 101, but I'll have to double check my notes. But it's a kind of up in the air kind of highway with an like a kind of almost like a roof over top of it that runs from north to south, south to north, kind of adjacent to where you're at. You can see that it looks like there are 3 AVs parked underneath that space, jet black.
Yep.
When the bus leaves with some of your people, one of them activates, lifts up, and flies over the highway, and it seems to tail it from above.
Oh shit.
All right. One more thing we need to do before we completely clear out of here.
One more thing I need from Jonah. Have you been paying attention to the in-character notices?
No.
Okay, then you would not have been paying attention to the news in-game, so Crown would not know the significance of the black AVs.
Okay, gotcha. But he does know that it's following the bus.
One of them is following the bus that a shit ton of the partygoers just got onto.
Okay.
I'd say
I'm gonna
including
get on.
probably 2 of the band members. I'm going to allow Riff to decide which 2 got on that bus.
feel like Riff and Mamba would definitely be going to party afterwards, so she'd
So
be
it's-
waiting back on him.
Ernest and Angel.
I'm gonna get on the hollow and I'm gonna let him know that one of the buses is being followed by an all black
AV.
AV. Yeah.
Okay.
And there's 2 more parked on the highway.
Oh, okay.
Under the highway.
Under them.
Prime time.
What's up?
I think we should probably send that AV up on the roof on its way.
I was thinking the same thing.
You head back upstairs to the AV.
Yeah, we're gonna set it up to basically fly straight into Corpo Plaza. Mooney, because of like the anti-air stuff, doesn't think it's gonna make it all the way there, but just for shits and giggles, Militech, like just send it.
I'll cut you off though, since a lot of what you just said is not going to matter. When Primetime gets and connects to the net architecture and starts to like look at it, what you'll notice is the entirety of the architecture inside of like that minuscule, the auto drive, all of the shit that kind of is isolated inside of that AV has been completely scrapped.
Oh shit.
All you
This
can
thing's
see
good.
inside of it in the net architecture is a bright, colorful letter G.
Okay,
He
I
said that-
relayed it.
The AV can still be driven manually, but it no longer has auto drive.
And when Kai let us know about the all black AVs, did that spark anything with the rest of us or no?
Did anybody here pay attention to the notifications in character?
I
Nope.
don't remember
The-
much.
Are you?
Yeah.
I'm not talking
The
about
Discord?
anything in specific. I'm just asking you if you've been paying attention to the story, you will know what we're talking about. What's
I've read
happening
them
here.
every once in a while.
But
Riff
if
would
you,
probably have like partial knowledge, I would say.
if you aren't paying attention to like November 19th, then you don't know what's going on here.
Did you knock it off?
From where the AVs were on the ground, or the ones outside, can they see the roof?
So when you look out from where you're at, when you're like kind of near the AV, you can see the highway, but at your elevation, you cannot see under the highway. So you do not see the AVs that Crown talked about. He's at ground level, which is about 30 stories down, or 20 or 30 stories down. So he's looking at the bottom of the highway and can see that the AVs are basically set up underneath on the support struts of the highway structure. And so you're looking down at the highway. So what you're seeing is like the roof structure of the highway, which is kind of like metal concrete over the top. And then all throughout the middle, there's a stream of advertisements kind of in the middle portion.
All right, so I can't see the AVs from here, so I don't know if they can see me, but we can't do anything with autopilot. So do we still want to go street level, or do we want to fly out of here? Maybe they can't see us go.
I would prefer
Mooney's
not.
much more comfortable trying to like evade people on the ground, but the vehicle he brought only seats 2, and there's only 1 empty seat because he's got the Duke in it right now.
Another thing you'll note is the ray field can hit top speeds of about 400 miles per hour. It has no ground to worry about turning, veering, or anything. The drones that are opposed to you, probably not as fast as the Excalibur, but definitely faster than any car, due to the fact that they do not give a shit about physical terrain.
Well, the 19th was the job that I did with Cam and them
Yeah.
when the Striga became, Riff's biggest fan.
Now, it might have been the 19th, later in the day, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember what happened that morning?
No, I don't.
Well, yeah, your character wouldn't.
That was the biotech run that we didn't go on. That wasn't our group.
It wasn't a
That
run. It was a
different-
thing on the news.
Oh, okay. Now I'm not pulling in. Then I don't watch.
Don't worry
I
about it.
wasn't
Don't worry
watching.
about it. If you weren't watching the news, you don't know. But yeah,
It was the fucking Kang Tao shit.
So Kai's gonna go back up.
Okay.
And
Mamba is up there with you. So you guys all kind of gather back into the space. The penthouse.
Uh,
All right. Are we taking the AV? Do you need me to take the AV? Because if we're taking the AV, I'm definitely flying.
and you aren't the only real driver I think we have. I know Cam can drive, but I don't know if he can fly AVs.
Yeah, I just need to know if that's the route we're gonna go because
Fly
if so,
alright, but
I
not
need to
as well
tell
as Mooney.
I need to tell the Duke to beat
I
it.
gotta tell you guys real quick. I am so amped right now. I'm so fucking amped. This is great. I love this. This is so good. Okay, so are you going to take the AV or are you going to try and escape on ground? Or are you going to split up? All options I've accounted
Split up.
for.
I mean, if I take my car, I might be able to shoot those AVs down, or I might be able to outrun them, or I might be able to lead them away.
You did pay attention to the in-character notification. You mentioned Gang Tao, so I'm going to explain to you, since you did apparently watch the news on that. It took Kang Tao anti-air 30 minutes to drop them. Just a heads up.
These things are very heavy duty.
They are very similar to what you would know as a manticore.
So, did we know from like the news report who those AVs were associated with?
Still hasn't been found out.
So it was just a random fleet of very, very, very tough
Very.
AVs
Yes.
that nobody is. Was that a reference to like the shit that's going on in Jersey?
No.
What
Maybe.
if we try to?
I mean, maybe I did do the CEO.
Yeah, you did.
Maybe this is just real life. I'm running real life.
I mean, you know, there's
If
nothing
the
wrong.
AV's
They're
the
relevant.
fastest, then that's probably the best place for us to go.
Now, yeah, the thing is, if we do take the AV, if you do have Mooney fly the AV, we got to know where we're going. And Mooney's not going to be able to contribute anything to offense because the AV doesn't have any weapon systems.
What if we
So-
try to go underground?
I mean, we could do that.
From underneath, and then we'll at least be able to maybe sneak out.
I mean, if you guys want to do some real rock and roll shit, he could lead them into like dangerous airspace and then basically dodge the flak and let them take care of the trailing AVs, but that's risky.
I will let you know, because I love making sure there's a clock. You have until 9 p.m. before shit gets sought, so continue your planning, but I need to know what you're doing before 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in real life.
So-
I
or
think
my next play is going to be moved.
I think the best course of action would be we try to get in the AV, or at least some of us do, and get out of here as fast as possible. Hopefully that'll draw the attention of the other two, and we'll let certain people escape out the front safely. And when he's saying that, like when we're saying that, he's definitely implying that certain people is Mamba. Like he doesn't care about the rest of us, but Mamba needs to get out safely.
She looks at you and she says, I mean, if we'll get into a scrap, we'll get into a scrap, she says, as she pulls out her punk knife and kind of like, her colorful overture and kind of looks at you like, I'm ready to go.
That's cute. I can arrange for you to have a very safe trip home.
She says, look, cowboy, I was raised in this fucking city. I've bled. I've pissed. I've fucked. I can hang.
Okay.
There's two. One of them will probably end up following the Duke anyway.
No, we'll make
Who's
sure of
the-
that.
Who's the other one that can drive land vehicles? Aside from Mooney.
Cam can
There's
drive.
also an
right, I know.
NPC named the Duke, who is a part of Nooney's family, who is driving around in a two-seater. So him and one other person, called the Beast, which is also fucking armored and like super defensive, ready to go. It might be able to survive.
I'm
think
pretty
we
good
should.
at driving as well.
I think we should send
Definitely.
Mamba.
Or we
into
could
the
split the
Duke.
whole group up.
Daniel, I see you rolled an interface roll. Was that for something specific?
Yeah, I was just gonna pull all the camera footage and
Yeah.
then just leave a ghost check, which is the 9.
Yeah.
Or
You
on the way
absolutely
out.
do that. Do you want to pull the hard drive that seems to be streaming the data that is kind of strange to you? Okay.
Yep.
So you disconnect it and pull the hard drive and then put that in. Is anybody currently still on the roof?
Oh yeah, Mooney's getting ready to take off. Like
So
it's already.
Okay.
So as you're kind of seated there and you're kind of waiting, in that exact moment when Primetime pulls the hard drive, you see both AVs come out from underneath the highway and start making their way up towards the place. So
We
sorry,
gotta go. We
9
gotta go
o'clock
now.
got cut off because actions were taken. So you don't have that time. Who's going where now?
We
no
gotta go
clock.
now.
Okay,
So I'm
Cam
gotta
has
go
the
now.
footage.
One by one.
He should go with them.
Jonah, where are you going?
I'm staying in the loft. No, I'm going to the AV. Sorry,
AV.
AV.
Zach, where's Cam going? Did he step away? Or he's muted, maybe?
Sorry, Cam was given a job, and that job is to film Riff. So wherever Riff goes, Cam goes.
I'm
Like,
still on the clock, bitch.
yeah, I'm on the clock. Like, I don't get to make choices. I am late
Okay.
camera.
Well, then that leads us to Brent. Brent, where are you going?
Fuck it, Riff's going in the AV, and
Okay.
if Mamba's down to fight, she can go with him.
Okay.
He's not gonna fight her about
That'll be
it.
4
I'm
people
sorry.
in the
Is
AV.
Kai still on the?
One,
Is
two.
Kai still on the ground?
No, Kai's going in the AV.
Okay, so he's back up here with us. We're not waiting for him to ride the elevator.
Yeah, he already came up. He said that a while ago.
Okay. Cool.
And then Rip, Mamba, Kai, and then
Prime
that'll
time.
be Cam. Primetime hasn't been elected to go in there yet. There are 4 people in there already. Now, I mentioned before that it seats comfortably 4, but it can hold up to 12, right? You remember me saying that, besides the pilot?
Yep.
The more people that are on it, the less fast it goes. So keep that in mind, too. So we've got 4 on the AV. Primetime and Zip have yet to kind of lock in a space. So Zip, where do you want to go?
Since it's gonna slow it down, it's not comfortable kind of thing. I'll try to get out the front door on my own.
Do you ask Mooney to get you a ride with the Duke? Because you've
Yeah,
gone,
I
you've gone
will.
with the Duke. Okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool.
Okay, cool.
And then
yeah.
Daniel, do you want to get in the AV, or do you want to try and make your own luck outside in the world?
All right, during all that, I just wanted to pass off the hard drive with the all the cam footage to Cam, right? Yeah, and then I'm going out the front door.
Okay.
Very
And
much
You're
appreciate
just going to make your own way? Is that fair to say?
Yep.
Okay. Cool. Okay, so that's perfect.
So Mooney's gonna give the Duke the heads up that hey, Zip's coming down to get in the car. Once he gets there, just take off. We've got to take the AV. We've got a couple AVs on our tail. We got to get out of here.
So this is where we get sequential. These things are going to happen simultaneously. Primetime's riding the elevator with Zip down to the ground floor. Mooney has
With
everybody.
elevator music playing very.
Oh, hell yeah.
Do.
Mooney is in the AV. Everybody's slotted in. It's at top peak condition. That bad boy lifts off and flies away. It starts heading out over the city, right? If you're looking for somewhere
Sure.
where they are going to be detected, and maybe not get through,
Right.
That's probably the
Yeah, I think unmarked AVs are gonna raise more flags than whatever we've got going on.
than the mayor's fucking AV. Yeah.
Right.
And then that's it. Okay. What you watch as you take off and start moving away, probably people in the back seat who are watching, you would see that the AV split. One moves towards the building and the other one locks onto your AV and follows after it. You have a choice. You can try and maintain kind of like a we're not doing anything crazy air traffic control, we're just flying, and hope that they try to do the same. Or you can just fucking rip it and try and drive as fast as you can to wherever you're going, which will definitely blare like a bunch of sirens for air traffic control because, yeah, wild AVs flying outside of the law is bad.
I'm gonna try to play it cool. But as soon as shit starts getting weird, Mooney's gonna punch it.
Got it. Those who are inside the elevator, you're looking at the ticker go down. It's like 30, or 29, and it gets to 13, and it stops. Then all of the power goes off. And
Buildings
red
don't
lights-
have 13 floors.
Yes, they do. Because this isn't just American tradition, so they just don't exist anymore. You're on the 13th floor. The back rooms, they open up before you. No, there is a 13th floor. I've been on 13 floors. Some people are superstitious. You are correct. But this floor, or this building, totally fine. Elevator stops. Red lights.
Carl
Like
growls.
floodlights or like warning?
Just open the door.
Basically, they're like the power's gone out lights. They're emergency lights.
Okay.
Oh no.
Carl in prime time. What do you two do?
Carl
There's
will
no
open the
access
door.
port here.
You look around. There is an access port for like electronic security, or are you talking about like a physical access port?
No, like for net architecture type shit.
Yeah, there is, but from like when you do a quick scan, power is out in the building. The only thing that is currently up is emergency lights. Zip, what are you doing while he's doing that?
Ripping open the door.
Okay, you move to the door, you grab it, you push in the two levers of your frame, pull outwards. You are stuck in between two floors. So technically, you're on the 13th, but you're also like there's a good amount of the 12th as well. You can open those individually and kind of go through which way you want, or you can just choose one and stick to it.
I'll open each so we can look.
Okay, gotta change the music.
I also have a dumb question, but
Shoot.
is he strong enough to
He's a-
just like either lift or
He's a body
like,
of 14.
yeah, can
I'm a
can
big
he bring
boy.
the elevator down or up?
Oh
by
yeah,
himself?
if he reaches underneath and pushes that way, yeah,
Yeah.
he could. I don't think he can go up though, because
Oh,
gravity is not helping there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, if he wants to go to 12, he can make it a lot easier for sure. Which floor do you want to go to, you two?
I would open the
Are they,
doors
like,
to each and
identical?
look.
Okay, you open up 13, and it's just a bunch of office space. It looks like it's just cubicles for days. You can see that the walls on the exterior, like it's an open floor plan, glass. And you can see lights kind of flaring from above that look like searchlights.
Oh, what's 12 look like?
You open it up, and it looks like it is a room that's been filled with shelves that have servers on them. Looking at the servers, it looks like these are servers that would be utilized in like data entry.
Tell him this looks like more your kind of floor.
Yeah, and it's
Has-
closer to the
But
ground.
but they're all dead. So I just want to make sure that's clear. Like none of
It's
the
fine.
lights, none of the everything is off.
I mean, I'm good with either one, but 12 is closer to the ground.
I like closer to the ground. Let's slide
Okay.
through there.
You pull down to 12, you open it up, you drop down, you move into the server room. As you're kind of looking around for the staircase access, so you can kind of move your way down, or possibly a jump out a window to another building, you see that the lights are kind of flaring more brightly, and the silhouette of one of the black AVs appears in the window. I'd like the two of you to
Down.
make stealth checks.
I rolled a 2. I've rolled 1s and 2s.
What's it under?
It's
Stealth
under
is
body.
body, yeah. 14
I'm
is still
gonna-
really good,
Okay.
even with the two. Like, it's not bad.
I mean, it's a 12, so I mean, I tried to do stealth. He hides a lot.
Yeah, this guy rolled a fucking 6 and got the same as you. So, okay. So what you end up seeing is that the AV kind of moves to your floor, and for you, Zip, what you realize is that they are probably not tracking you through visuals. They're tracking you through heat signatures, and with all the lights and power baying off, there's a diminishing return on the power around you.
Hey, bro. Tinfoil. Blocking that stuff. I'm
Okay.
invisible.
And
You know who
picked the
isn't
correct
though?
floor.
The guy next to you. So
You're in trouble.
you watch as the AV door opens up, and a pintle comes out with a chair situated behind it.
Oh Jesus!
Situated on the pintle is a Tsunami Arms Helix. If you're not familiar with the Tsunami Arms Helix, it is a Gatling cannon that shoots 12 gauge shotgun shells, like slugs. So Pause for you guys. Switch back to the other side. You play it cool. That AV immediately bolts after you. As you're like, oh, you switch over. It gains on you quick enough that you're not losing it immediately, and we need to switch to another battle map.
That's fine.
That's right, folks. We're having a fight in the air.
Mooney's pretty confident
Yeah, yeah.
that, like, in a flat out
That's awesome.
race, he can make this happen.
Absolutely. Okay, so 100%.
Here.
I am going to put tokens down. So, Mooney, you are driving.
Goddamn right I am.
Of course, why wouldn't he be? And for the Excalibur, the door opens on the. Oh God, what was it? So it opens on the right. Okay, the passenger side is the right. So if it gets to your left side, you're fucked because you will not be able to fire back at it. The only way you can get away with that, like being able to fire 360, is if you can get on top of the AV.
I'm sorry, does this thing have guns?
It does not.
Yeah,
It does
okay.
have people inside with guns. And
I got a pistol.
they've got guns.
So,
they've got
like,
guns.
as it looks like things
Do
are
you
about
need
to
a
pop
rifle?
off, Mooney immediately, like, reaches up and hits, like, the seatbelt button.
No, it doesn't have
Fasten
seatbelts. It has
seatbelt.
grab locks. It like
Well,
snaps you.
you know, like on airplanes.
Oh, okay. Turbulence.
If you need a rifle, I
yeah,
can
it's
throw
like
you mine.
ding, and you guys see like the cabin light for
We'll see,
seatbelts
we'll
come on.
So Mamba is in there, but I don't have a token for her. And then who was the last one in here?
Cam.
Cam.
Yeah.
All right.
I
Cam
also
is
mainly
really
use my
close.
pistol, but I do have a rifle if anybody would like to use it.
Are you on the AV or the elevator?
I'm
So-
on the AV.
As you saw, I
Right.
kind of switched the AV look. Right now, it's got the door closed. The door hasn't opened yet. So everybody, go ahead.
If the door opens like in the
Yeah.
empty spot here, can Kai and Cam switch places so he has
Yeah.
a view of both of them?
Absolutely. And if you're standing free, you'll if like there's turbulence, you'll need to make some checks. But if you are seated in the seat, you'll have kind of like only one kind of look. If you're seated in the front, you're looking backwards. If you're seated in the back, you're looking forwards. And I would assume that Riff would probably switch seats with Mamba. So Mamba's over here, right? Is
Yeah.
that fair to say? Okay.
Riff
that
would.
way
I
Cam-
would assume Riff is definitely better a shot with his pistol than Mamba, since her main's the knife.
She is definitely close quarters, like stab people with the punk knife,
Yeah,
for
so
sure.
he would definitely be ready for shooting.
Okay.
Despite what his
Mooney,
2 will tell
Kai,
you.
Riff, I need Cam on the initiative.
Oh fuck. Is it too late to switch my combat awareness?
You can, that's fine. I'll allow it. What are you switching it to?
Thank you. Shit. I wanna go. Oh, I can't actually put any into precision attack bonus?
Yeah, precision. You can do one.
What's the difference? What's the difference between spot weakness and
Spot weakness is for
precision
damage.
attack bonus?
Precision is for attack roll. Spot weakness allows you to pierce through
Alright,
armor.
I'm
better.
gonna go. Gotcha. It says 361, so I'm gonna put 1 into spot weakness and then 3 into precision.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go with. It works fine for the drone. Okay, everybody's on the board? Alright, Mooney, you are piloting. As you kind of come to this space, you'll see that all of your control devices on the front start blaring, and you can see that that brightly colored G that I explained to Primetime when he looked in the net architecture is now all that's flaring on your stuff. You can't see your speed, you can't see your altitude, you can't see shit. You are literally flying this thing blind.
But it's still responding to me.
Oh, it seems to be, yeah.
Okay, cool. That's all I need. He starts talking to it. He says, "Come on, baby, don't let me down.
Fair.
Not until I tell you to."
Fair. What you're feeling is as you're pushing forward, AVs kind of come up and are moved by Aerodyne engines the Excalibur has 4 primary lower ground ones, and then 1 in its backside that pushes it forward. What you're realizing is as you're moving forward, whoever's doing to you is happening. It's causing your aerodyne thrusters to move back into a stabilizing position, which means you wouldn't be going forward, you'd be kind of coming to a stall. And you're now like physically straining against the computer to try and keep them from doing that, so you are going forward. I need you to make a pilot air vehicles. DV is going to be 17 on this.
Okay. And this is basically just me fighting against whatever this is.
To maintain speed and gain ground. Yes.
I don't know who the fuck this G is, but I do not like them. All right.
The goal.
Goal. Pilot air vehicle 17. I'm gonna go ahead and spend. Do what?
You need 1 point. The DV is 17, so you need to beat it by 1, and that means
Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah, then I'll spend a luck point.
Okay. So what that means is you'll move ahead. Okay. You are getting away from the black aerodyne. Okay. So Cam, the doors are not open at this point. Nobody would be flying this bitch with the doors open. You are a smart enough bad boy, motherfucking cool guy who's flown around in AVs, choppers, fucking vans. You videotape wars. You're the guy, right? You know the second that door opens on this aerodyne, your speed is going to drastically drop because the wind will be kind of flowing in and blocking in the interior of the vehicle.
I will say that Mooney's goal, now that he knows these people are chasing him, is he kind of wants to drop lower and start trying to, like, I guess, slalom through or around buildings to try and lose track of them.
Yeah.
Because, like, if he can outpace them and then break line of sight.
And similar to the chase map we did for the Mooney get his motherfucking car back, this is not actual. It's just a really cool map I was able to find that shows you kind of like an aerodyne perspective. So that's absolutely fine. We obviously won't be able to display that. I'm not that cool yet. But
I just want to let you know what Mooney's got in mind.
I got it. So you are going to be dropping and you are going to be weaving. Perfect. I love that. Cam, so you have the opportunity. Any motherfucker here can open the door, and it does not require an action or move action. You just do it. But once it's open, closing it will not happen until someone does it on a turn subsequent to this turn. And it happens at the end of the initiative that turn that it was closed. Does that make sense?
It's all great.
What would you like to do?
Cam would like to get his shield out.
Okay. Kind of move in between the spaces between the chairs and kind of like ground yourself down.
Yep.
Okay. And
Get prepared for that door to open. I'm ready for someone else to open the door.
Okay. Crown. You can see out the window. It is Militech crystal dome shit, so you can see out the window. It's not a window though. It is literally just a display showing you what's on the other side of the door. So it is still technically armor. But yeah, you can see back out in the way the black AV moving up. And I would like for you, because again, you aren't watching the news, so you've never seen these things before, but I would like for you to go ahead and make a business roll.
Business. Oh.
Yeah, you pay attention to Solo of Fortune.
Is that under
you
technique?
said, so
No.
that's under education.
Education. For this, I'll spend 4 luck.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because he's not the best at that.
You can call it out after you use it, by the way. You could make the roll, then do business, and call out the look.
So 12.
Yeah, 12.
Okay, so the aerodyne that's chasing you, you're pretty sure you recognize the structure of it. It is similar to Zetatech AV, but you know that based on its patterning, that this AV specifically was designed for a company known as the Lazarus Group. not the Lazarus program. Separate. The Lazarus Group is a part of the national or the new United States of America's armed forces, and they're also a subsidiary of Militech.
Goddamn. Okay. He's gonna look to Riff. Can I borrow that rifle?
Yeah, Riff will pull out his guitar and the rifle's in it. In the case
He's
under the
gonna
guitar.
inspect it. Is there a grenade launcher?
No, it's just a regular assault rifle.
Alright. He's gonna take it and just sort of like.
I love that it
load
was
it up
walked
and
up
get
like
it
the
ready.
surprise dice for like a solid while he was still talking. Okay, do you open the door?
Not yet.
Okay,
Not
Rip. Your rifle handed
Because
over.
I feel like it would be dumb right now.
Pistol out. You can see that Malbo's got the pistol out. She checks the cylinder and locks it back in place. She's ready. She does not look like she's scared. She looks like she's fucking amped, right?
Okay.
And I would say just like in the moment, she like grabs you by the back, like the scruff of your neck, and just
hang on, my head's
slams a
bad.
kiss on your face, and then says, "Let's fucking do it."
Aww.
She's ready to
Okay,
die,
she's ready.
to fucking
Gotcha.
ride,
John,
to fucking kill. What? Add the rifle to you? Yeah.
Can you add his rifle?
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you.
Riff knows nothing about AVs, I would assume.
Yeah, you do not know that you're going to get dragged the second you open that door.
Yeah, so he's like looking at everybody ready for fighting. He's like, let's do this, and he shoots the door open.
All right.
Oh shit.
Mooney, you feel it. You definitely feel it. If you did not spend an action and you were like readying for the door to open for your action, you can go ahead and take your action now at the distance that you are currently showing on the screen.
I'm sorry, you're saying me, Mooney?
No. The people who are readying in the back for the door to open.
I got you. Okay.
And was it an action to open the door?
No, it's free. You can still shoot as well.
Okay, I'll just make sure.
I'm gonna shoot at that cockpit.
I can drop shield, fire bow, pull shield back up in the same action, right?
It's attached to your arm. You don't have to.
Yeah.
Like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then yeah.
You can basically grab the bow with the shield arm and then like pull the shield to the side, so the shield is like adjacent to the bow, and you're knocking here.
Then yeah, I kind of want to fire a flashbang arrow like right at the window.
Love that. Kai, rifle. I'm trying to get it on your sheet. Bear with me here, buddy. Yeah,
Okay.
it's being real stupid right now.
I closed out the sheet just in case.
Hold on. It's not you. It's me.
So, I'm sorry, he said that Kai identified that these were Lazarus Project AVs.
He didn't say it out loud, and it's not
No, but-
project group. Different.
Oh.
Lazarus is
Okay.
the name of a man, but Lazarus is
Yeah,
also the name of a
Project
man in the Bible.
Lazarus.
These are two
Okay.
different things.
Got you. Then there's not really any association.
Technically, no. None that you're aware of.
Okay. There's so much fucking shit going on.
Yes, we're having a lot of fun right now. And
My
by
gun
we,
jammed
I
again.
mean I am having a lot of fun right now. For the love of God, why won't you let me use my fucking compendium? I'm getting very, very upset. I guess we're gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way, because it is genuinely not letting me have my compendium access. This happens when I do.
I think it might be Roll20. It might.
Yeah, Roll20 is being a complete jerk right now. I completely agree, but yeah, I can't pull an assault rifle onto your sheet. If somebody has an assault
It's
rifle,
okay.
and you want to throw it,
There you go.
then you'll have the stats for it. But you can roll your own shoulder arms roll crown. You
Okay.
should have it in skills, and then we'll just replace whatever you just rolled, and you can roll 5d6 for damage.
Yeah. Alright. Let me go to my.
The overture completely misses.
Right.
I mean, jams again. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, there are so many ones in this game.
I'm gonna roll shoulder arms.
I am sorry. I can only apologize.
It's okay. It's the main important roles were the music video, and all of those were amazing. So.
All of those were amazing. The job was completed. Whatever the fuck
Yeah.
is happening here. So
Yeah,
shoulder
this
arms will
is
be
just
under ranged weapons. Jonah.
This is just B-roll
I'm gonna
footage.
roll
By
that.
B, I mean
Okay.
base.
And you had precision, so
I got
+1.
12. Yeah.
13. That will miss, I believe.
No, it should hit. All right, no, yeah, it's 1 off. He can use a luck.
You can spend a luck to make it hit.
And I'd like to
Okay.
spend the
Okay, yeah.
2 luck to get mine to hit as well.
Okay. And you guys are just shooting at the
I'll
glass.
spend 1 luck.
Okay. So the flash will
Yeah.
hit. The assault rifle rounds kind of scatter, like you see, like, one kind of hit the window. When it hits the window, Crown, you're expecting, like, because you can see, like, glass. Can't see through it, but you can see glass on the front of it. When it hits, you see a pattern kind of spread out from where it hits that looks like a hexagonal, like, digital pattern that sprays out from it. And you can see for a second that there's a crack, but then you watch as the glass seems to seal over.
Oh, fuck. They cheating.
They are cheating. The overture fires off. Mamba pops out, fires a shot, and then there's a loud kind of pop and bang in front of it, and the ship doesn't seem to be deterred by the flashbang whatsoever. Anti-dazzle. Moving to the interior of the building, the two of you who are still inside that server room, I need you to make concentration rolls. Concentration is located under awareness.
They got magic.
Okay. Both of you are locked into the same position. You have 2 options and 2 options only. Option 1 is to move back into the elevator space where you know you're basically going to be cordoned off and maybe protected for a little while, or remain in the server room and kind of drop low and remain close to the server stations to use them as cover. Either way, you're not moving very far because you are being suppressed by suppressive fire. Of those 2 options, which one would you like to engage in? Zip will leave with you.
I was going to dive for the elevator shaft
you're
to
back.
get in below it
Underneath.
because
Oh,
yeah, because we are it's higher.
You're right.
So
you're
and
right.
try to grab onto one of the service things.
I love
before
that.
I fall.
Okay, so go ahead and give me an athletics roll, and then prime time.
And I am going to be watching for him just because I thought that. So I was like, I'm going to watch.
You might
for
have
him.
to
If he
catch
comes,
another friend.
catch him. Yes. You
Seems to-
said athletics is
name.
under body.
Yeah, we'll change your name from Zip to the Catcher, which has its own connotations.
And then I have 14 body, but that rolled with an 8.
Sure. So this is
It rolls with dex.
athletics is more focused on like being able to do the thing, not how strong you are. You're definitely going to be able to hold on to it, and because you rolled a 14, you definitely do the maneuver. So basically, you power slide, and then as you're sliding, you catch it with the handholds, the grippers, and you kind of lock onto that space, and then kind of hold yourself there like Spoderman.
And then watching for another body if it comes through to catch.
Prime time. Are you staying in the server room and like keeping low, or are you dumping for the elevator chute like Zip did?
So the elevator's actually higher, right? Because
Yeah, so
we're
he's going
on the lower
underneath
floor.
it. He's going into the shaft.
Oh, okay. Yep. I'll go in
Okay.
there as well.
If you slide in, go ahead and make an athletics roll. If you fuck it up, he's going to have to make another athletics roll to see if he can catch you up. You guys both, as you
We're
kind of
still
like
in
slide
sync on
down, you
everything.
kind of like grip onto it. But let me explain what's happening in those seconds as you're doing it. You hear the winding sound, and then you watch as the spotlight that's kind of flooding into your space becomes just bright and filled with just muzzle flash. The windows shatter in a good like 20-foot span as it just chain rips through the server space and then locks into where you're at. Had you remained in that position, it would have absolutely flooded you with shotgun slugs. The server stations completely fall to like confetti. It's like they're being obliterated in seconds. And as you kind of slide into that position, it's like milliseconds. Like you feel like it's all happening at the same time. You can hear the concrete getting slammed with slugs with loud meaty thuds. You can hear the metal of the elevator above you being shredded. You can hear the back wall of the shaft you're in being kind of thudded as well. And you're hanging on there for dear life. Unfortunately, because of your rolls here, you're not getting absolutely hammered by rounds. Next step. It is the 12th floor you're on, so we're looking at about 100 feet drop. Not great, not the best plan. However, with the linear frame, you could potentially slam those mounts in and drag yourself down. There is an access ladder, however, it's on the other side of this space. You'd have to jump from your current position to it to grab a hold of it and make your way down. I'm going to start with prime time this time. Which of those options would you like to engage in? Just falling or jumping for the ladder?
Jumping for the ladder.
Go for it.
Can I assist him?
Oh, if you want to grab him and throw him? Hell yeah.
That's what I'm. Yeah.
Okay. So,
If
that
he'll
athletics
allow
good?
it. If he'll
yeah,
allow it.
it's going to be a +2 to the roll here because he still has to catch it at the end. So it's going to be another athletics roll.
Another 14.
Okay. You fly across the space as he kind of like catches a hold of you with his linear frame arm and then lifts, and you kind of fly across the 15 or so foot wide kind of space. You hit the ladder kind of chest first and kind of face first, and your arms kind of wrap around the edges of it, and then you very quickly kind of nimbly grab the rungs of it and start making your way down. Zip, do you wish to follow him onto the ladder or descend down, kind of like using your linear frame to kind of help you kind of grind along the wall? Grinding will
think
be
that'll be-
faster.
Yeah, I think that'll be faster. I'm gonna go that way.
Athletics for you as well. Okay. So you are not terribly familiar with the frame. You just got it a couple days ago. So as you're trying to do this cool maneuver, it starts sputtering and kind of falling off the side there. You will be falling, but it won't be as bad a fall as...
He can use luck if he wants.
You could spend some luck if you want.
I will do that actually. I'm gonna spend 4 points of luck.
Okay. That will be a success then. And that's exactly what you wanted to do on that one. A little bit harder a maneuver, but definitely a lot faster one. You descend down, and so prime time, you're making your way down the ladder as quick as you can, and you can see him kind of power sliding with sparks kind of flying as he drags the metal of the frame's arms into the wall. The two of you make your way down. As you're making your way down, what you'll note is that fire kind of sweeps, then you see it drop down, the lights kind of disappear from above you, and then you hear more shooting on the 11th floor as the elevator shaft seems to be bombarded at that point, and you can see holes kind of sputtering through as it breaks through the metal of both elevator doors. The next round will be a little bit more complicated for prime time due to the current method of travel, but we're going to switch back to up in the air. The black AV does not ascend or does not accelerate fast enough to keep up with you. It maintains its distance. However, it does seem to tack, which means it's kind of turning slightly on its axis. If I can make it do it, that would be great. How do I? Oh, there, that's what it is. I forgot. And what you folks inside of the AV will notice is that underneath the snoot of the AV is a chain gun. It spins very suddenly and starts letting out ammunition at the Rayfield. Everybody who is inside of the AV, with the exception of Mooney, who's in the armored pilot space, needs to make a concentration roll, similar to what just happened with the folks inside. I need one from Crown. Concentration, please.
Sorry, my bad.
No worries, no worries. It's under awareness.
Got it.
Okay, so you have two options, Riff and Crown. The only two ways to avoid the fire in your current situation are duck tighter into the AV, like in the back left corner, or jump out. As we are lowering, that is not the worst option, I will say, but it is definitely not a 100% guaranteed survival rate there. It's definitely a high rate of death
Yeah.
if you do that.
Just a question. A 13 wouldn't have made me pass, would it?
It would not have.
Okay.
The DV
I'm gonna
was
duck.
13.
Got you.
I'm gonna duck into the
Okay.
AV.
So you kind of rustle into the same space and are kind of crowding Mamba, who's like grabbing Riff and like holding you tight, and kind of looking over your shoulder with the overture. She did not fail. And that is the turn for the AV. Mooney, I need you, before you get to rolling, roll a D100.
Oh no.
Okay. So the bullets hit along the side of it, but they don't seem to kind of catch any of the aerodyne units. So no damage, no change of like altitude, pitch, or speed. You're doing great. You're moving down. You're heading towards the buildings in between Charter Hill and Arroyo. Go ahead and give me that pilot check.
Whenever you're ready, roll 20.
Yeah, roll 20. It's cool. I mean, we're just playing on a Monday before, right before
Yeah, just
Christmas. You know,
really cranking that tension.
holy
Okay.
shit. Okay.
Not
Oh
great.
no.
All right, roll 20. Can we just ban ones for like the next 10 minutes, please?
Awesome.
Everybody has rolled at least 1 or 2 tonight.
Okay.
I bet
many-
the
how many
DM
more
will
points
set
left
how
do I
many
have?
ones get
Hold
rolled.
on.
I bet John's just like TPK tonight.
The
I
result
think I
here-
was probably aiming for like a 14, and I don't think all my luck's going to make that.
So the DV was actually a 17 at current, because you're doing some pretty gnarly maneuvers.
It's okay.
Do you want to spend any luck? Failing by certain amounts can cause problems as well, so keep that in mind.
Oh,
I'm
really?
looking at this very, like, literally, like, I'm going to say this as horrifically as I can. My nipples are erect, and my mind is filled with pleasure. If you
Okay.
want to spend luck
So-
to ruin that for me, you can. But
Right. And I think like the increments are like 5s, right?
yes,
It's like if you fail by 5 or more.
correct.
So I want to try to, let me see.
if you pump
I
5
want to
into
try to
that,
pump this up to at least 11.
yeah, you got to bring it to 11.
Yeah. So
Wait, Chad.
I'll go ahead and I'll spend 4 points of luck.
Okay. Does anybody else want to spend luck on this roll? And even if you're
I was
not
gonna
here,
say, let him keep his erect nipples.
No, we're not all like masochists like you, Jonah.
some of us want to live.
Like some of us like our characters.
Fair. So you're spending 4. Is anybody
fair.
else wanting to
That's
spend
fair.
luck on this roll? Again, if you're not here, you can spend luck on this roll, just like they can spend on you.
So my 4 will put it to an 11.
Right. Which means
If
it'll be
I think
6
5
shy
more
of the DV.
points will be enough to pass it.
No, it's 17 is the DV. You need
Oh,
to
right.
beat the DV by
So
1.
six
So you
more.
need a total of 8 points here.
Got you.
Or 7 points here. You're at 11.
All right.
Anybody?
How many luck? Does anybody else want to spend luck or no?
A lot of no's.
I don't have any.
I have 3, but I wanna save it for a dumb thing I want to do.
Okay. That's fair.
Okay, if not, that's fine. So with that, so a 5 is still a failure by degree. So what's going to happen here is you're going to descend down and move into the buildings. What ends up happening is you clip that right wing of the aerodyne, which is the wing where the doors are open. This will slow you by an amount, and it'll also force everybody inside of the AV to make. Trying to remember the roll.
Is that including Mooney?
No, you're fine. You're locked in there. Basically, like, the position you're in is like, if you've ever seen or played Overwatch, like Diva when she jumps into the AV or jumps into the drone or
I got you.
For
like
Mac.
that. So this is gonna be an endurance roll.
Endurance.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
I might need you guys to shut that door. It might be easier for us to get away.
Well, everybody crowded to the one corner, so there's really not a chance of anybody being flung out, unfortunately, for me.
Unfortunately for me, he says.
Okay. And then Mamba passes. So if you pass, which would be Riff and Mamba, you're going to take 3 points of damage to your hit points. And if you are not us, you're going to be taking 9 points of damage to your hit points. And basically, to explain what happens, slam, absolute force, slamming you into the ceiling, into the wall, wherever. Pick a location, into the fucking wine cart in the middle of that bitch. Glass shards are flying everywhere. It's chaos. And then the thing picks back up and moves. And like I said, it does cause you to bank and kind of lose some speed and altitude a bit. But yeah, that's Mooney. Cam, you are up, kind of brushing yourself off from that situation. Door is still open. If you close it, it won't close until the end of the round.
I'm sorry. I thought you said that was like basically before I did anything, make that roll.
The piloting check is your action.
Okay, so that's my whole turn.
If you have an action that you can do besides, like if there's something that's granting you another action that you think you can do, but keep in mind you're inside of an encased space, so you can't really.
Yeah, and I don't think I don't think my Korenzikov gives me any extra vehicle actions if I remember correctly.
That's
And
right.
then does Road Warrior apply to flying vehicles?
Road Warrior would apply to flying vehicles, but that's mainly for shooting a gun that you have on hand, right?
Yeah, so we've got
You got nothing.
come on, Roll20. Quit
Yeah.
being a bitch.
You're kind of locked right in the box, so unfortunately, no.
Okay. That's fine. I'm mostly bitching at Roll20 right now. It's not.
No problem. Cam, what do you want to do? Muted.
Did the
Oh, there.
flashbang arrow seem to do anything last time?
No.
Then
They have anti-tassel, is what you probably assume.
did the arrow seem to?
Whack.
What kind of armor does this AV? Could I get an arrow stuck in it?
You could try, but what you saw happen is this Crown took the assault rifle, put a single shot down range, it hit the glass. When the glass got hit, you saw this very strange hexagonal pattern appear in like digital form across the face of it, and it seemed to have healed the glass.
I have smoke arrows, so if I can embed an arrow in
that's a cool idea.
in the front of it, then it should just bellow the smoke in front of the glass. Doesn't matter if they can heal it or not.
100%.
The smoke is gonna pour, but I need to embed the arrow into the thing, so you know what I'm trying to do. It should be a big broad target.
I'm saying I love it. I'm saying take a shot.
Let's do this thing. Cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
So boom, smashes right into the front of it. You watch it hit, and you see the smoke start to plume over the front of it. As it starts to plume, it doesn't seem like you can see the AV any longer. But what is very disconcerting for you is the now smoke cloud that's billowing with like an AV in it doesn't seem to be deterring or shifting its angle or pitch. It is still following you like the absolute demon that it is. But
that's cheating.
You could hope that has something to do with its optics for firing mechanisms. Crown.
Okay. Can I don't know if it's a thing, but can I hold my turn for when the minigunner comes out, if there is one?
No, there isn't.
So I can jump in.
This one's firing from its nose-mounted chain gun, like an A10 Warthog.
Oh, that is very, very disconcerting.
Yeah, I was hoping that you rolled, less than 50, but you didn't. And if you did, I would have blown out one of your fucking aerodynes.
Well, shit. Can I try to auto fire the Gatling gun off, or that gun off?
You can try and shoot the gun. Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be harder because you can't see it due to the smoke. But yeah, go ahead and take the shot.
Okay.
I got the DV set. Or the DP modifier set. So for shoulder arms on that, we'll scroll up a bit here.
You want me to pop it up again?
Yeah, we're at 15 is what we need. We're a little less than 26. I got it, Riff. Thank you. So that will hit because you have precision. The only reason it hits because you have precision.
Nice.
Okay, so yeah, go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, you said 5d6?
Yeah,
yes,
5d6.
Okay, you pop the shot. You see a large kind of spark, and like a couple more sparks pop after that, which means it got a ricochet in there. You don't know what damage you dealt to the chain gun because you can't see it. The smoke cloud is very extensive, but you hit the mark.
Oh yeah.
Riff.
So question about a perk.
Yeah.
My charismatic leadership perk says I give another person a full turn after my turn.
Yeah.
So would that count for Mooney and driving as well?
I would say that's fine. Absolutely.
Okay, then yeah, I would like to use my perk to use my action to give Mooney another turn to drive this bitch out of here.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
So then you're ending your turn after that, right?
Yeah, I can't do anything
Mamba
else,
will
so.
take a shot out at the vehicle.
Nice.
She kind of seems to hit the smoke cloud. It does look like there's kind of a patang from it, but it doesn't look like it did a lot.
Yeah, Riff pretty much just hollers for the cockpit. Get us out of here, Moody. Come on, man.
The fuck am I paying you for? The most rocker boy line ever. Okay, Mooney, go ahead and give me another drive roll. Or pilot roll. Yeah.
Much better.
Ooh,
So
nice.
you sweep and you swoop and you move through the space. You definitely do feel that there's a bit of drag on the right side because you no longer have that aerodynamic. Also, the door's still open, so there's a lot going on, and you feel like in this lower space you're going to be tilting and moving, and that thing's going to be just bobbing and weaving easily if it's still moving as fast as it was. But you're not really looking behind you right now. You're kind of focused on the task at hand, bobbing and weaving. Before we get to the AV, we'll go back into the office building. Shots are going through the elevator door above you, and you feel like the next descent is going to be right there beneath you. Primetime, is there anything you would like to do to try and speed your descent?
Can I just do the standard shit? Just put my feet on the outside and just
You can try
slide
it.
down.
So go ahead and make an athletics roll. Okay. You did not fail by more than 5, so effectively what's going to happen here is your turn in speed is going to effectively be kind of halved. You're not going to make it as far down as you wanted to, and it's not really working for you. It's definitely something that works better if you have the correct gear for it, and you have one kind of like plain hand, and the metal hand is not really like doing exactly what you want as far as like ergonomics on the side of that rail. Go ahead and give me a concentration roll. And then Zip, you would be able to stop yourself and see that he's having some issues, and the bullets are kind of dropping layer to layer. So if you want to try something, you can just interrupt me and Daniel as we talk.
Wouldn't have made it all the way down.
You will be down at the end of this next turn, this turn here. But if you want to stop and try something, you can. I'm just saying if you want to attempt to help, or you can just continue descending. Your call.
How much farther down am I than him?
Probably about 30 or so feet.
How far am I from the ground?
About 50 or so feet. So if you just hoof it this turn, you'll be there at the bottom.
I meant I was going to have him jump and try to catch him and then drop him the rest
Oh
of the way.
shit, love that. Okay, so if that's the case,
I can't drop him though, and it will actually injure him. I don't want to do that. That's why I was saying, how far down am I?
yeah, you're 50 feet more to go, 30 feet for him to drop to you. So it would definitely be less strenuous for him to hit you than hit an 80-foot drop.
Right.
So I love that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say that your athletics check, you fumbled it. Your concentration leads you to the point where you do succeed. You can stay like locked onto the position, or you can dive for cover. And diving for cover in this instance would mean jumping for Zip. Do you wish to try it?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay. But there's nothing
Freaking
that's saying that you
cliffhanger, bro.
have to. Okay, so go ahead and make another athletics roll. Okay, so you drop down and you come down, and Zip, you kind of reach as far down as you can extend, which means that he's falling the full brunt of the distance, about 30, 40 feet. And he will be catching your arm, and you will be grabbing his arm. Now, you have two options, Zip. You can grab him with your meat hand, or you can try and catch him with the hook. And I want you to answer this without asking any questions. Again, you're thinking in the moment. You don't have a lot of training with the frame. Which of those two would you like to do?
What do you mean by a hook? There's a hook on
It's
it?
not a hook. It's like a little grappling device. It's a lifter. It's a lifter. You don't grab things with your flesh hands and try and lift hundreds of pounds because your fucking wrist will shatter. So you have the frame. The frame has like these devices connected to it. They're
He's
basically
gonna break
like,
his ribs. No, meat hand.
you're a smart man. I appreciate you for that. Okay, great. So then the two of you will be taking 11 points of damage as you slam into Zip and you catch his hand, and you both kind of strain, and you can feel all of the tendons, all of the muscles, all of the bones kind of just lock out of place as the two of you kind of like that. And then at that point, Zip, you can just drop and descend down with that blade.
That's what I'm doing.
And it'll be an athletics check from you.
Yeah,
Okay.
cool. That checks out.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, no,
okay.
it works. It works.
So, I want the two of you to make an evasion roll.
What's the invasion under awareness?
Evasions that are fighting. Okay. Okay. So, once Psych kind of catches the arm of Zip, the two of you kind of lock, and it's like this pain, and then Zip like kind of feels like he's ready, and like looks up, and the shooting's happening, and kind of tries to like actuate the the frame and slide down again. When he tries to lock it into place, it doesn't hit, and he slides out and falls like this way. Once he does that, you swing on his arm, which is kind of dangling beneath him, and kind of hit against the where the like small little paneling would be for the elevator, and then kind of drop and hit a couple of small little like parts. So as you're tumbling the 50 feet that you're descending, prime time, you're actually hitting a lot of things on the way down, which is slowing your capacity to hit terminal velocity and do a lot of damage. Understand? And then Zip, on the other hand, sorry, buddy, it's straight fall for you. So, with that being the case,
Sorry, buddy.
it's just
I don't know if it'll help, but he
Hey,
can
man,
use luck
it's all
on the
good.
evasion roll.
it's definitely not great. Okay, so prime time.
If I dump all my luck into it, would I not die?
So how much luck are you dumping into it? On the
4.
evasion? 4 points of luck.
That's all I have left.
Anybody
so
else want to
trying
spend
not
some
to
in?
die.
I've got one. I'll give him.
Okay, so we got 4 plus 1. Anybody else? We got a 15. We've seen that most of the DVs that they've been dealing with in the athletics department have been DV 15, which means that it would need one more.
I don't have any.
I'll give him one more.
All right. So then, yeah, you will pass, and you will not take the horrifying, leg-shattering situation that you were about to. I was literally about to break your leg clean off. So
I figured.
tell Jonah you love him, and
I love you all. Thank you so much.
everybody else who donated.
Rocker boy abilities are amazing.
So the two of you on the fall, how much damage did I say that you took on the secondary part, Daniel?
11.
So it was 11 and 11, right? Same for you, Zip. 11 and 11.
So how do okay, I can't remember how to do this.
Your hit points are up at the top.
Click on where it says
Hit point.
HP.
Yep.
Okay.
And you should be down 22, and whatever else you took before then.
I haven't taken any before that.
Okay, and what I'll say to you is that
We did
this
11
point-
twice.
Yeah,
Each of us take 22?
yeah. 11 from the arm hit, and then 11 from the fall hitting along the way down 50-foot drop. So keep in mind, that should have been lethal. The evasion saved you. Because you're able to kind of like hit things on the side, like
shaft.
wires and whatnot in the shaft, and like make your way down. Neat.
Got it.
Oh yeah, in the shaft.
Okay. When you hit the bottom, you're about 10 feet below what would be the nearest elevator door. As you lay there and are kind of getting yourselves up, all of the lights inside of the elevator shaft switch on. And you hear the winding of the elevator above you. We'll cut back to you here in a second. Yeah, I'm
Wait.
trying to kill you.
Nice.
When that happens, I go, okay, I've done my stuff. Your turn to do techie stuff now.
The fucking work. The AV will, as it's kind of accentuating towards you, Mooney, and you kind of get ahead because Griff has empowered you. It will take its last attempt here. Everybody inside of the AV, this is different than suppressive fire. I need you to give me the same thing, or give me an evasion roll.
Evasion.
Including Mooney.
Mooney, you're fine.
Of course, I would roll a 1 on the one thing I'm better at.
A lot of ones tonight.
Oh,
A lot of
oh
ones.
boy.
It is. It was a really. It's Monday. It's the Monday curse.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
got
like
mine a little while ago.
the dice today are very weighted.
Say, out of my 4 rolls, I rode 3 of them that were ones.
Yeah, I rolled a lot of ones too. I'm just happy I didn't roll a 1 on the guitar check. You know, that would have been very saddening.
You at least did your job.
Yup. Oh, question, real quick. Would my membership have taken effect already or no?
Your what?
My membership.
What level did you get?
Exact.
Oh, okay. What's your hit point total? Are you seriously injured?
I haven't yet. I was just wondering.
Okay.
If I
The second
since
you
I
become
paid for it,
seriously
if it was
injured, we'll
started.
discuss. Yeah. It
Okay,
is in effect. It happens the second you purchased it.
Gotcha. Making sure.
This could be very funny. This could... Okay.
Oh, I should have fucking grabbed that card. That would have been awesome.
See you. We could have had double trauma.
Yeah, that would have been.
So this thing is going to be firing its full volley. However, as you see the smoke kind of blurring like the view, you don't see it, but you definitely get the vibe that the Gatling cannon underneath, after spitting out like maybe half of its full spit, blows up.
Nice.
The reason you're making the evasion roll is the 2 mini rockets that were fired at your AV that detonate on the side of your AV. Riff, you are taking... Oh, sorry. I meant to grab someone else. You are taking 39 points of damage. Your
I
armor
am
jack,
seriously injured.
Your armor jack will help with this.
Okay, it's an 11.
If you are inside of the vehicle, there's really nowhere for you to evade, so we're just going to kind of doctor it for kind of D&D-esque rules. So you will be taking half of 39, rounded down. Or rounded up, so 15, 19 damage for Black Mamba, Crown, and Can.
19? Okay.
Yep. And
Does
Mooney,
it...
your back right side is completely fucked. Like, the wing was taken out by you, and now the Aerodyne engine is completely blown out. The door is also no longer closable. On your initiative, Mooney,
Cool.
you would note that NCPD appears to be blaring off in the distance, and you're pretty sure the smoke cloud is turning. Meaning it doesn't seem to be pursuing you anymore.
Does my flag help?
Yeah. That could be good. So you have 2 options. You can keep trying to fly wherever you're trying to go in the city, or you can try to safely crash it.
Yeah, that's my plan.
Okay, go ahead and make a pilot roll.
Man, is Mooney gonna have to ride the fucking metro again?
Does my...
What?
Does my... The flak armor, does it help at all?
Yeah, so
the damage?
your armor will be... You reduce the amount of damage you took by your armor value, and then because you took damage, you'll ablate your armor by 1 point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's been a while since you played.
It's been well.
But yeah, I've definitely dealt damage to you before. I blew the fuck out of you one time.
Sure.
I am seriously wounded, by the way.
No, you blew the fuck out of you. Okay, so then that means that trauma will be called. Cool. That'll be very interesting. So Mooney, did you give me that roll?
Oh, to safely
Pilot.
crash it?
Yeah. And I'm gonna.
All right.
I'm gonna give you 2 options. We're gonna move to the big map.
I'm just happy Crown is still alive till this day.
For now, 22.
Okay. So looking at Night City, the map of Night City, as we discussed, we started here, and we were making our way southbound towards Arroyo. You have 2 options. You can crash onto the top of Mega Building 3, where Hungry lives. Or you can put it down in the water in front of Buzzard's shop. Which of those 2 would you like to do? And just so we have an idea of where we're looking, it's like right here.
Yeah, I think I'll
Water landing's probably safer.
Yeah, the water landing. I definitely don't want to be. I don't want to crash into a building, and I definitely don't want to be bringing this kind of heat to my main
Perfect, sir.
employer's
Okay.
uh
So you
home.
crash in the water, and to spare a shit ton of time because the combat is effectively over, the second that it hits, it starts to submerge. Everybody gets out and starts swimming towards the ladder near where it's at. Damaged as hell, Riff is kind of swimming, and you would see a trauma team AV descend down like waterland, and then an individual come out with a inflatable like raft, bring it out, and they drag Riff onto it, pull him into the AV. It closes. Mamba jumps onto the thing, and they seem to be fine with that, which is not typical. And the two of them leave. You get out and you're at the Ripper Dog. So if you need some speed heals, you know who you can pay. Switching back to the other side, the elevator turns on, seems to be descending down at a normal speed. It seems that it is just continuing with the route it is engaged on. There's nothing crazy that you need to do here in this moment. What you realize is whatever thing that they were using to stop the power has gone away. You're able to get out of the elevator shaft into the lobby and make your way out onto the street. Prime time, you look as you see a massive beast of a vehicle pull up, and then the door opens and says, "Get the fuck in!" pointing at Zip. And then the trunk pops open. "You two, come on!"
I fucking love the Duke.
And you see an older man with no legs yelling at you from inside of the car. Do you jump in the trunk?
Before jumping in, I say, "Fuck! I hope it went better for the other guys," and I just dive in.
As you're driving away, everything that we saw happen there, we can see off in the distance, and then they disappear behind the buildings, and that's literally all we see of them. In the aftermath of the conflict, you all go your separate ways, and eventually Cam will end up at the editing wheel, getting everything that just happened, and pulling N54 coverage as well, because you got to get those outside shots, you got to get those exterior shots.
Absolutely.
And that is where we'll end the session for tonight. Thanks for watching those that did, and we will see you next time we do a pickup game. Very cool shit. See you next time.